Hey, Drone Life, how you doing? Cam, Ro, hey, good morning, good morning. Nice to see you. Nanya, good morning. Remote pilot Australia, RDS Drones, good morning, how you doing? Won't be long, guys. I'm just sending out the link so to build drone reviews and all that. I sent out to John Coop if he's not too busy this morning because he's been moving lately. So. You're just tired there, RDS Drones? Okay. Oh. Well, it's sort of like me. I fell asleep only around 3 o'clock this morning. I was tossing and turning all night. The last time up, the clock was 3 o'clock. I went to bed at 12 o'clock. Yeah, the same. Hey, Camero. Yeah, it's 9:06 a.m. here this morning. It's supposed to be a nice day today. Sun's not out yet, but it's supposed to be a nice day. Any of you guys get any flying in yesterday? Like Nanya or Chris, Drone Life RC, Camero? Did you guys get any flying in yesterday? Oh, you flew today? Remote pilot? Cool. Carpath, FPV, good morning, good morning. You got a little bit of indoor flying, okay. Oh, that's cool there, Nanya. Yeah. Well, here's supposed to be a nice day. I don't know if it's going to keep their promise, but yeah, same here, Drone Life. Yeah, it was raining like a bugger yesterday here. Really came down. Are you going to go to an abandoned building? Oh, cool, Carpath. Well, the sun's starting to come out. Cloudy over there, Drone Life. Okay. Let's see what. I haven't looked at the weather. Well, I heard the weather yesterday. I heard it on the TV, but today I didn't look at it on the internet. Okay. It's supposed to do 51 here today. Cloudy. 60 tomorrow. 9 miles an hour wind. Cloudy and 55 over there, explicit. For the guys here in Celsius, it's 8. It's doing 6 Celsius here with the wind chill factor. 15 km/h winds. Yipper, yeah. I got my 2 windows open there, so. You're frying your Mavic Pro inside? Oh my God. Charging to go up to fly to soon. Ah, cool. Explicit. Yeah. They said it's going to go this afternoon if it stays nice. Hey, Alan Gusling, how you doing this morning? And everybody, please hit that like button. Thank you. Yeah. Might have Bill, the drone reviewer guy, on today. A couple other people talking about DJI and all that. It might be a little bit around 10:30 probably. Hey, Jenny G, how you doing? Doing pretty good, Jenny. Yep. No, it shows good weather's back though. The farmers around here are really out full force. Yeah. Tractor's been on the road since 6 o'clock this morning. We've got a couple of big farms here down the end of the road, so. Had a long night tuning the bike. It was a long up till 3 a.m. Same here. None yet, but I wasn't tuning the bike, but I was tossing and turning in my bed till about that time. I had problems sleeping like anything last night. I really do not know why. because when I went to lay down, I was burnt. So guess I was too tired. Yeah. Ended up swapping out the time machine. What kind of a bike you got then, yeah? Easy DIY. Good morning, good morning. The GXSR onto drag. Okay. How you doing there, Easy, this morning? Hey, Hadley, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. A Suzuki, okay. They're studying. The big days arriving soon there, Justin? Give me a second, guys. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Yes, I have plans. Getting through all day today. Okay, cool. You've been super busy, Jenny? Yeah. Well, it's summertime now, right? So a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of things now during the day. Nice and warm out. It might sneak out. Sounds like you're in school. You sneak out of school and go and fly. Hey, Roland. Good morning. How you doing? Uh, the sun was out for a couple of minutes there a while ago. Now it's getting dark like a bugger out here. He just woke up, Alec. Yeah, Justin. He just woke up. You can hear it in the background. Oh, you have thunderstorms going on right now? Okay. Yeah, we were supposed to get those last night. We didn't get them. No. Yeah, time lapse on your footage for the thunderstorms. Yeah, that could be good footage. Hold on, guys. Hey, Nomadic Bike, how you doing? Good morning. But did her Anafi yesterday and was really happy about it because everybody said it was good. After I charged everything, I went outside to fly, but sunny, the drone fell off. Frick. Sorry to hear that. I fell right out of the air. Yeah, I muted it because I was yelling at, well, not yelling, I was speaking loud to Kim so he could hear me. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'd send it back for sure. Yes, yes. Sorry to hear that, my friend. And say like Gianni says, that sucks big time. Okay, Dugan, how you doing? Logan. Everybody check out everybody's channel. Make sure you got them supported. Oh, thank you there, Justin. Yes, everybody hit that like button. Mars FPV drones. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. The first one was right. Cool. I ain't putting sugar in it, Kim.
Well, I just did.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying out a new coffee machine this morning, so I'm going to go outside for your dang batteries again. Okay, Justin. Have a good flight. We'll get in the app. Hey, proper FBB, good morning, or good evening, I should say to you. Do we get to see Kim? No, too early right now for that, that's for sure. Early morning wake up call for the neighbors. Uh, hey, Roland, check your email. It's 6:30 a.m. Oh, okay, proper. I thought, sorry, made a mistake with another guy then. You're 3 hours behind us. Okay. And give me a second, guys. Just gonna blow my nose there. Right back. Yeah, Roland, two. Yep, there you go. Check your email, Roland. Daddy of 13's in the house. How you doing? Oh, my day's just starting, Daddy of 13. Yep. Okay, Roland. Oh, no problem, Roland. Okay. Cool. No problems there. It's a slow morning this morning, so. Well, that is 13. I have to have that operation, which I didn't want to get, but I gotta have it. So, because if I don't get the operation, I'm gonna lose the loss. My two legs, I won't be able to walk anymore. So, I gotta get it done. Sans Diesel 2 at Quebec, yeah. Well, I mean, it's JS Quebec. I don't know that particular place, but what was going on there, Mars, Kaz. Oh my God, proper taking chances. I still didn't look at your video proper. I'm very sorry about that. Oh, cool. Man, it's funny to buy tools from you guys there. You don't buy them from here, around here. I got nothing against that. Through the work website. Okay. Well, it's sign with man off. It's 5 millimeters with the turtle mode. Oh, cool, Mars. Yeah, I haven't been whooping lately. I've been not really interested in it right away. I don't know why. I just lost interest for now. Because I had so much on my mind with this bloody operation I got to get done there and all that. So, and I've been seeing doctors and I've been going to other places and all that. So, Kim O'Grady back on his computer. His computer's frozen already. Yeah, every remote pilot, Kim will answer you soon. His computer froze up. He has to restart it. I guess he's about due to get another computer too. His computer upstairs is 8 years old now. Yeah, 8 years old. Yeah. Well, it's Kim flying around my Spark. I'm not flying at his drone, at his Spark, at his whoop. He's one trying to run into me. Everybody check out everybody's channels. Make sure you got them supported, and don't forget YouTube likes unsubscribing people, right? So check out everybody's channels, guys. Yeah, turn the table around. I'll have to put the Spark in sport mode. Oh, Spawn, good morning. How you doing? Oh, you went live yesterday, Ron? Okay. Hey, Elcar Auto Guy, how you doing? It means first person view, FPV. First person view, yeah. Because you got your goggles on, what your drone sees, you see right away. Oh wow, you had no problems. Okay. Yeah, but that thing you got against you, I mean, it's. I think it's only a warning at the first time. And after that, it's not like they don't bar you like last time. Remember last time, 3 months there, poof. Because old car, auto guy. If you're looking, if I can remember, probably your name is Jim. I can't remember, probably. But when you have those goggles on, you don't see nothing else, and you look like you feel like you're a big mosquito looking for a victim. You know what I mean? Oh, it's Jason. Okay. Oh, that's what it says now. Fly photography video. Uh, didn't know that one, Mars. Everybody kept on telling me it's first person view, so yeah, on the other channel this morning, everybody was talking about Kim when he was doing his when he whoops in a house and I'm on live stream, he'd be upstairs and then you'll see like a little whoop flying in front of me here in the camera and all that. And everybody check out Old Car Auto Guy. Check out his channel, guys. Very nice content in there. Check him out. And don't forget to hit that like button. No, thank you there, Proper. Hey, D Zung RV, how you doing this morning? Yeah, I've worn the goggles already at Nanya when Kim was flying around. I wore them already, and I tried them here in the house when I was doing the whooping there. So I know how they feel. And I got no problems for the glasses there. I can use the goggles without the glasses. I don't need the glasses. Hey, Essex 2112. Good morning. Good morning. Just me, I got problems seeing far. So it's oh, Mars, you're screwing me up this morning, my friend. Okay. Uh, no, he runs too fast for me. I won't be able to catch him. Yeah, it's early in the morning, Mars. That's why. Yep, too early, that's for sure. Yeah, and then I think it's because of the because you're inside, you're more closed in, right? That's why it looks faster. You don't have that much space to go through. That's a good question. SX 2112. I really can't say. But I know they got the goggles out. Yeah. Hey, Oswide Tools. Okay, that must be Kaz. All right. Let's see. I just supported your channel there, Kaz. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I noticed that right away, Mars. I'm just checking out people's channels to make sure I still got them supported because YouTube's been playing around a lot there. See here. Let me see, Ananya, I just had to subscribe to your channel. So if you got a notification, I had to redo it. Yeah, look, I'm checking his channel. 62112, checking out your channel. 62112, 180. Nanya's at 211, guys. Check out his channel. All the great content you guys got, you should got number should be up higher. Congrats, Dizong RV. You're at 1,042. Congrats. You're in the 1K club. Remote Pilot is 219. Everybody check him out. Check out his channel. The old car auto guy is at 1,266. Congrats on that, my friend. Keep on going here. See what else I didn't know. Hell's Pond's in the house. Everybody check out Hell's Pond. He's at 180. I'd like to see him get up there to 200, guys, if possible. Daddy of 13 is at 322. And he just posted a video 29 minutes ago. And Roland's channel. Everybody check out Roland. His channel is at 646. Check out his channel, everybody. Roland. Dugan is at 2.6K. 2.670. That's cool. Nice. Nice numbers there, my friend. Proper FPV is in the house, so check out his channel too, guys. He's at 1,364. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna have to check out your videos of your shipwreck there. That's for sure. Jenny G is at 199. I'd like to get him to his 200, guys. Jenny G, 199. Just missing one to get to 200, guys. And Hadley is at 934. Everybody hit up the Hadley. Hadley's famous FPV. And Drones DJI Yannick. Check out your channel. You only got 28. Oh my God. Drones DJI and Yancy. Check him out, guys. So I got 28 supporters. Check out his channel. Make sure you hit him up. Nomadic Bike. Good morning. Good morning. Nomadic Bike is at 1,303. Easy DIY is at 214. Explicit FPV is at 745. Let's get his numbers up, guys. He just posted a video 14 hours ago. Carpath FPV is at 287. Let's get him up there, guys. This latest video is 4 days ago. It's called Raise Hell. RD's drone reviews. He's at 4,087. Congrats, congrats. And Drone Life, Chris is at, whoops, 625. And his latest video is 5 days ago. Everybody check him out. Hey, Paul. Okay, Paul, no problem. Sorry, I was reading off the numbers of all the people. Yeah. And everybody check out Mars' new video. He just put the link in. Yep. I haven't activated her cam in a long time. I had to buy a new cam because the other one broke down on me. There you are. There's good old Roxy laying down. Yeah, she was snoring like anything last night. Yeah, I had to buy a new cam. They're yelling. I don't know why. It just gave up completely on it. So yep, everybody check out everybody's channels. Guys, I'll be right back when I just go make another coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Carpenter Rick. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Uh, hey, Mr. Crowley. Yeah, I was only doing 16 here. Celsius here in the house, so just close the window. It's damp, really damp today. I'm sick, but I'm breathing and I'm above ground. There you go. No, thank you very much, Carpenter Rick. Yes, everybody hit that like button for sure. Yeah, everybody check out Nanya's channel. Hit up his channel, guys. Make sure you got him supported. It's very good content. Everybody check out Carpenter Rick's channel, Mr. Crowley, uh, everybody's channel, guys. Chaos FBV, how you doing? Everybody check out Chaos. He's at 298 supporters, guys. Yeah. And this, yeah, check out his channel. He's at 298. Let's see if we can get him to his 300 today. No, it's dark and gloomy here, Mr. Crawley, and it's not warm out, believe me. Yeah, YouTube tax guy, yeah, got me too. Yeah, last night took off 5 of them last night. So hey, Mr. Doughboy 365, good morning. Yeah, it's here right now. It's only doing try that in a second. It's doing 5 Celsius here this morning. And Fahrenheit wise, that's 41 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow's supposed to hit 60 Fahrenheit. And it's supposed to be cloudy all day here. It's going to be a cold one all day. Yeah. Well, I had my two windows open here, and I had to close this one here. Yeah. Hey, house one. That's warm. The 60s warm for tomorrow. Yeah. 63 at 8 a.m. Oh, gee, you're gonna have a warm day today, guys. Yeah, that's for sure. Hellspawn. Matt North's in the house. Hey, Matt. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody check out Matt North. He's at 206 supporters. His latest video was 5 days ago. Check out his content. Yeah, Vegemite is bottom of the barrels where they make beer. The stuff from that. It's from Australia. I guess Mars or Kaz can explain to you exactly what's in it. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Thank you. Sorry to hear that, Governor Rick. Yeah. We actually don't know. We just eat it. There you go, Matt North. uh, can't wait to start flying your mob soda. Okay. Wow. Hey, Chris Hope's in the house. Good morning, Chris Hope. Hope you're doing well. You knew you probably wouldn't eat it. Yeah, that's true, Matt Nort. I tried it once, so I'm not going to do it again. That's for sure. Uh, oh, you're looking at DJI Mark II Zoom. Oh. Yeah, I heard that, Chris Hope, that Texas was getting hit pretty hard with the rain. You're getting a bunch of floods down there and everything. ASAP fishing. Well, well, well. Look who's in the house. Long time no see, ASAP. How you doing? Yeah, it is a big mess down there for sure. We had major floodings down here because an old dam broke and everything, and all the rain we got. I know what you mean. Have it on toast with cheese. Okay. Doing good there, ASAP fishing. Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we noticed that you haven't been on for a while. I was wondering what's going on. Your last video was 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Oh, it was nice to see you're safe and sound. I was wondering what's going on with you. Oh, the winds are pretty bad down there. Training hard down there today. And I know Wolf FPV wanted to go flying, but he couldn't go flying. He lives in Texas also, and he couldn't go flying at all. Yep, Mother Nature this year decided to give everybody a slap in the face, I think. Well, the worst, yeah, cause the weather started to warm up, but it's still damp, very damp. Yeah, it's not that warm yet. Brian on the go. Good morning. Hope you're doing well there, Brian. Everybody check Brian on the go. Check his channel. He's at 1.7, 1,721. Very nice, very nice. Let's go Rhino, Ryan. Good morning, good morning. Hey, UFO Builder. Good morning. Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. I'd like to thank everybody for hitting that like button. Thank you very much. Everybody should go Indigo Rhino. He's at 443. His latest video is 5 days ago. Check him out. And UFO Builder. He's at 1,167. Congrats, congrats. John Donardo's in the house. Cool there, John. No problem. Everybody check out John Donardo's channel. He must be working off his phone there, so he's at 228. And his latest video was 2 weeks ago. So check out his video. He's got very good content. Check out his channel, 228, John DiNardo.
Good morning, Roger.
Hey, how you doing?
Another day in paradise here in Portland. How's the weather there?
Crappy.
I got high stratus clouds and sunshine. So
We had the sun for a whole 2 minutes a while ago.
oh,
And it's really damp out. So it rained all bloody day and yesterday and all night, and it stopped raining. And it's a cool day.
well, it's not supposed to get very warm here. I think a high of 56 today.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're only at 40. I think it's over 41, 42 right now. Hey, Night Train. Good morning, morning. We're at 41 Fahrenheit right now.
Wow.
14 mile per hour winds. It's not that warm. Night Train says it's in the mid 50s over there. The sun's trying to come out, but it's too cloudy. Big J, DGI Experience. How you doing? Everybody check out Big J's. from Spain. He's at 1,008. Nice, nice. You following some ships again this morning there, Paul?
Yeah,
Hey,
I've been kind of watching them, but they're not quite here yet.
Good morning, each and every wonderful flying.
It was funny. Michael called me last night, Roger.
Yeah.
It was funny. He called me about midnight, and I was kicked back in my chair with my feet up. I was just kind of like half dozing, you know. And he says, Paul, he says, have you ever checked go to your DJI information page on your DJI on you, whatever device you're using, the DJI, you know, the app that pulls up. If without turning anything on, if you tap that little icon for the drone with the little circle around it like this, he says you can read where you're at. And so I said, okay. So I go there and I see, I don't know, like 22,000 points or something like that. and and I'm at a level like 11, 12, 17, something like that. It says LV with a number like 17. And so he says, yeah, I'm at X amount. He says, I'm a level 42. I says, wow. And he's got like 900 flights. And so I said, that's great. And I says, but he says, yeah. He says, I sync it every time I fly. And I said, sync it? I said, what are you doing? Bombing runs? What are you talking about syncing it? He says, no, you got to synchronize it every time periodically so that it gets all the data into there.
Okay.
He says, I said, well, I've never ever done that. He says, well, then you got to be higher. So he says, get your devices out. So I got my devices all lined up across here, all my iPads and my Crystal Sky. And so I open them all up to that. And then up at the top, you have to tap on it and it says, what period do you want to gather? And you want to set it to all. So you get all the data from all your devices, all your different drones that you've flown on that application. So I start tapping. Now I'm up to like 23. He goes, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I'm reading him the numbers because it tells you what your bonus points are and all kinds of stuff. And so I keep tapping them and they keep changing. They keep going up. They keep pulling more and more data out of the cloud, you know?
Okay.
And I keep tapping. And all of a sudden I get to like an LV or a level 39. He says, okay. He says, okay, you can stop now because he's like at a 41. Okay. He says, you can stop now. I says, yeah, but I said, they're not all syncing up the same numbers. Every time I tap one, it goes a little higher, tap another, it goes a little higher, a little higher.
Yeah.
So we did that, Roger, until 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, shit.
And it was like, I was laughing. I was telling them, this is like being at a slot machine. This is like a sync roulette, you know? It's like, and so finally, at 4 o'clock this morning, all of a sudden it comes up so that they're all on the same numbers. And so when I hit sync, they just go, instead of stopping at 1%, then doing 3%, then 4%, they go like this, you know? So it's like it's gathered all the information.
Yeah.
So Michael says, and as we're going along, I keep telling him what numbers I'm going to, and you can see it's like, he says, no, you can stop now because I'm getting close to his numbers. You can stop now. I says, yeah, but Michael, I want to get the right number because, you know, you're the one that showed me this. He says, yeah, I wish I hadn't. And so here's the numbers I ended up at. And if you can read it, 32 million 404,767. And you might not be able to read it, but see the little bar and to the left it says level 50. And level 50 is the highest you can go, because as we were doing this climb, as it kept reloading, that number, the 32 million, is like 14 million higher than when I hit level 50 the first time. And so come to find out, level 50 is the highest you can go. And so Michael is well, it just can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be right. And I says, well, you're the one that told me to do this. So he says, don't get me wrong. He says, I'm happy for you, but I'm pissed for me because I thought I had the most.
My 32 million, gee, Lord.
Yeah. 32,404,767. And here's the thing. It tells you your total distance flown, right?
Yeah.
33,117,022 feet. And I asked Alexa how far that was.
Yeah.
She says that's 6,400 miles. And I'm going, that's impossible. And so then I asked her, how far is it from here to San Francisco? Or to Los Angeles, actually. She said 2,672 miles. So at that rate, I have flown. And then I asked her how many miles is that, and she says 6,400 miles.
Okay.
And so I says, how far is it to Beijing, China? She says 6,200 miles, and Michael's going, holy crap! You just flew to China.
Dang.
And I said, no, that can't be right. So I tried to call DJI support this morning to say, is this the right numbers? You know, because it's hard to believe that they'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Because they're in everybody's control. And but they're closed until DJI support's only there Monday through Friday, like 9 a.m. Pacific time till 6 p.m. Pacific time. And so I told Michael that. He says, well, before you call him, you let me know, because I want to be on that call. I want to hear if this is true. And then he qualified it. Not that I'm not happy for you, but
that's a long distance, that's for sure. It's a hell of a lot of flying.
Yeah, and I personally, I don't believe it, but
wow, you've been doing this for how long, Paul?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years on DJI.
Well, and you do it 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
You know, so it adds up. It adds up.
Yeah, but poor Michael, I felt bad. You know, here he was. He woke me up, and he's the one told me, "Well, go get your controller and let's see." You know. Mm-hmm. Okay.
See Chris Oakwood he wrote level 26. Oh yeah, sure your chat might be behind. Chris Oak wrote level 26, 1,257,807 feet.
Yeah, mine's 33,117,022 feet. It's like that's a mind-blowing number of feet, you know.
Yeah.
So then, Ari, I was over on Rodney Bell did a live stream this morning. You were there.
Yeah.
Ari starts tapping on there, trying to figure out, because I was asking him, can that be right? You know, and Ari says he thinks it is, but he starts tapping and seeing if you know how he put in there level the DJI level 50, and all the information he got, he says there's very few people that have reached level 50. That's the highest that it will go.
Okay.
And then he typed in my growth of value at 32,404,767. He says, I can't find anybody even close to that. And then I shared with him, I said, you know, the last few times when I pull up the app and I said, does any of you guys get this at the bottom? I get this box at the bottom that says, DJI invites you to join something, and I just hit the dismiss it. You know, I don't dismiss it. And Michael said to me, he says, they're probably asking you to be their chief pilot or something. I said, no, Michael, no, Michael. So they've got me convinced the next time it pops up to say, yeah, I'll join, you know.
Well, when you phone them up, they might say something on the phone. They might say, hey, you know.
Yeah.
You probably get a plaque and everything.
Well, Michael says they might send me a couple of drones, you know, to fly. That's just funny. But it's all because here I am. I could care less. Never synced them. Never did any of that nonsense. And Michael gets me out of the chair to go look. And it's like, he says, well, I'm glad for you. But he says, I'm really kind of a little bit ticked because now I said, Michael, you can be my wingman anytime.
There you go. Yeah, checking the chat there. Chris Oak says, congratulations, Paul.
Yeah, that's more than I ever thought. You know, it's like Philly's in there just said, Paul's are wrong, LOL. I have 5 million and have no life to get that. He doesn't have enough lifetime, he says, to get to 32,404,000. Yeah, Ari did the research on it, but the only thing is, Roger, we can't figure out why the flight's numbers don't add up to the total distance, or my total flight time doesn't match up anywhere near that kind of mileage or that kind of hours. But we're not sure whether it's giving us, you know, on those it might be just the last month or two, you know, rather than the lifetime like we set the other end.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Hey, Dr. Drone, how you doing? Is that from? Could that be from all the ones you've flown?
All my drones, yeah, because
even the ones you sold, even the ones you sold.
I can flip through, and it will show, like it shows my all of my Mavic 2s now, and then it goes to all my 3 different Inspires, and then you flip through, and it shows my Mavic Air. You flip through, and it Mavic Spark that I used to have, and then it flipped through, and it's got all my Phantoms when I had Phantoms, and so it's pulling all that data, and that's the reason Ari said that it keeps pulling more and more data as I kept syncing it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, hold on a second. I'll bring it back, guys.
Okay. Michael, you're the man, Michael. And everybody, I tell you what, Rodney did a great live stream this morning. He's going to be on every Saturday morning between 6 and 7, I think. And of course, tonight Michael's got his Saturday night Flying Philadelphia special on every Saturday night. This is number 4, I think. 8 o'clock, I think, 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, Chris, that's exactly what Michael said. He's happy for me, but he doesn't believe it. He wants certification. He wants to be on the phone call with DJI.
Wants to be on the conference call. There you go.
It does. Yep.
Great.
That
is incredible, though. That you know, you do so much flying, you never think of how many miles you've done.
No, you know, over the years, you know, and it just kept, and Michael was laughing. In fact, Michael kept saying, "You can stop now," because I was getting close to his numbers. You can stop now. You can stop now. But now it makes sense because the guy I bought my first Inspire from, Carolina Drones down in Carolina, he called me one day and wanted to get my numbers on my drone as to how many hours and how many flights and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And when I told him the flight times and the hours and stuff, there was silence on the phone. He says, "Read that to me again." So I read it to him. He says, "Oh my gosh." He says, "Do the motors ever cool down?"
Yeah, Philly Jones marking Saturday Night Live, Saturday Life Live, episode 4.
Yep,
Tonight.
exactly. Yep.
Big J, you're moving out of the trailer park and moving into an apartment. And you'll have a spare room to make a live studio. Hey, cool.
Hey, Michael, you're a DJI guy. I'm sure Roger would send you a link if you want to come on for a minute or two.
Who?
Philly.
I
Mike.
already sent them a link.
Oh.
Hey, Rodney. Okay, have a good day, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Thank you
I
for
know.
the support.
I knew Hugh sent his best too, but he was going fishing with a neighbor on his pontoon boat.
Oh, I hope he's got nice weather for that.
Yeah. Oh, Michael's going down to Boathouse Row. That's down in the water across from the USS New Jersey, across the river.
Okay, Rodney Bell, you be safe today.
Hi, Rodney.
Rodney's a great guy.
Yep.
But most everybody that's a regular here on the Canadian Drone Hub, they're great people.
Yeah.
Well, we try. I mean, we don't hate no one.
Yep.
Flow Zone. Good morning. Good morning.
Even if the person is at PR, we don't hate them.
Yep. Well, I think your channel, Roger, really is the epitome of community, and I think all the other channels that actually have started up have done so because of you and your stewardship.
I got them addicted to it.
Yeah, but to see, the thing is that some of those channels that we helped start up were given, what do they call it? Be with them on it, kind of go up in your face. You know what I mean?
Well, there probably are, maybe before my time, Kim, but every channel that I have visited, for the most part, always talk very kindly about Canadian Drone Hub, Roger, and you, and there's, even though they may be going in different directions, they always give the kudos to the Canadian Drone Hub.
I wrote a deal. I've been copying Roger's techniques for the months now. I'm actually paying him royalties. Yeah, we got that. I got that new machine for the coffee. What do you call it? Keurig?
Keurig, how's that doing?
Freaking coffee strong. Not used to this kind of coffee,
Yeah. Is there any way you can program it to be less strong, Roger, or is it just automatic, totally automatic?
You did, Roger. It's all your fault. I know it's my fault. Yep. Hey, Papa Doc, how you doing? Yeah, I bought the Maxwell House coffee in the little cups there. Hi, Val. And
Val is in the house.
And I thought it'd be, taste like yellow, but no way. Wow.
Well, somebody said, Roger, that like if you get company or something, you can buy Keurig hot chocolate, hot cocoa things that they'll make for the kids and other people that don't drink coffee. Make hot cocoa.
I'm gonna check that out there when I go to the store next time. Organized Confusion. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Curtis. Hey guys, how you doing, Curtis?
Val's going through the drive-thru. Wonder what she's ordering.
Is that everything?
Yep, that's it.
Super. They will charge you $5 up front, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm getting coffee.
Yeah, a $5 coffee.
Aren't even up yet. I got to get.
Val, it's a $5 coffee, right?
Yeah. because I'm getting the supersonic size.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
now,
up
now do they bring that out loaded in the back seat for you, or?
I just wait and go up and then hand him my card, my punch card. I'm almost at a free one.
Ah,
Uh-huh. If I grabbed all of them, I'm still half asleep. Roger,
No.
Roger's live stream going on all night. Wow, what time do we get off, Roger? 4 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Sure, because it was late.
I know it was around 11:30, 11 o'clock. Yeah, you got off early. No, I got off around 11 o'clock, 10 past 11,
Wow.
but I fell asleep only around 2 o'clock this morning.
Michael.
Who's
What's up,
that?
guys?
Hey,
Oh,
Billy.
no, it's Michael.
Oh,
Oh,
look
my
at
Bill.
I can't see
Hey.
Jack, guys.
Hang
Oh,
on.
here we
Hang
go.
on, guys. Val, hang on. We
The
got
panel,
Bill.
the panel, we got to dial it back because we're in for a treat. Bill, the drone reviewer, just popped in.
Oh, Bill,
Hey, Paul.
Bill,
What's up, Bill?
Hey guys,
Hey.
Woo,
Okay,
boy,
Bill.
what a week it was.
right?
Yeah, oh my gosh. You know the big announcement that DJI had this week, and unleash your inner self, and
Yeah.
it's what's really funny is to see all the conjecture and speculation that I've been getting in comments. People are thinking it's anywhere from an action cam to an underwater submarine to and even one person even said it's going to be a GoPro Karma kind of drone. Another one said a GoPro Karma underwater drone. I mean, it's crazy everything that I've gotten this week.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that's really kind of it's not typical of DJI to do a soft release and make an announcement about it, but this is what it is. It's a soft release because I checked with and I confirmed with 3 of my sources. It's a web only event. There's nobody's been officially invited to it, and I think there's a reason for that. They want to keep the cost down with something like this. So they don't want, because I mean, the event that they put on in Brooklyn when my wife and I went last year for the Mavic 2, I mean, they spent some serious coin renting out this space and, getting items catered in there, finger foods, everything. I mean, they spent a lot of money for this. So this way, it absolutely positively keeps costs down for them. I mean, just doing it on the web.
But why keep the cost down? They're worth $1 billion.
Oh, I know, my friend.
What's that got to do with it?
Yeah, I know. Well, I think the reason is this, and I think we'll see it when we see the product. Now, I'm about 99.9% sure you're going to see. I mean, and you've seen the pictures that have been leaked. I mean, it's like it's a foregone conclusion on what this is.
Correct.
What I think is, and I think this is an important thing, and I've been talking about this with Bill Thomas from Coast to Coast Drones and Ron Brown. We think that it's going to have one other feature that the GoPro doesn't have on it, because they're going to need something that will say, you know what, this is something that we're going to be interested in buying. And I also think too, the price point is going to be about that of the GoPro Karma, because if they price it higher than that, they're not going to, it's not going to sell. It's just simply not going to sell.
Well, I think it's actually going to be a little cheaper, Bill. And
I do too.
Of course, it's going to be waterproof, underwater proof. It's going to be, I mean, just from the picture, they're basically telling you, hey, you can take this underwater, probably have some wicked stabilization. But you're right. They'll probably add something else. Who knows? Maybe a 360 or some kind of a smart, intelligent thing that does something weird.
Yeah, there may be, because a lot of people, maybe it might have Bluetooth on it. So something like that. It might be Wi-Fi enabled, so you could say download it to say Dropbox or something like that. Some feature, some gimmick that GoPro doesn't have that will make them stand out. I mean, it's in the price point currently for the GoPro Hero 7 is $299. So, I fully expect it to be there, or maybe even a bit less. However, I think they're going to accessorize this thing to death.
Death, like everything they do.
You're going to see you know, you'll see cases for it, you'll see adapters for it, you'll see, you know, DJI will have a whole slew of things, and you're probably going to look at, you know, prices for those accessories will probably be exorbitant. I can probably guarantee you that right now. It's
Yeah.
going to be it's going to be they're going to be off the charts. I mean, really.
And you know what the sad thing is? We'll still go out and buy it. We
Oh,
have to have it, Bill. We have to have
Mhm.
it. I don't even use cameras, and I'm going to be like, I got to get the camera.
Oh, I know.
We're-
Oh, you know, because you know, and we were talking. Well, Bill Thomas has the Osmo Pocket, and Ron Brown has the Hero 7. Now, on Wednesday at noon Eastern time, I'm going to have a special live stream. It just so happens I work from home on Wednesdays, which is a great day. So Ron and Bill and I are going to be on. We're going to talk about things. Now, Ron has a Hero 7, which will be good, and Bill can kind of interject because he has an Osmo Pocket. So, so we're looking forward to that discussion. But, you know, I already know, for instance, I saw Rick Smith from Drone Valley. He put out a video last night that said he's going to be releasing videos at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Ash from Droning On, he's going to be releasing videos about 10 a.m. Eastern time for that. And I believe Ash has the product already. I'm not sure about Rick. But, you know, when it's funny when these guys are under these NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, they can't really breathe a whole lot about what's going on. You know, it's like I can only talk so much. And Rick kind of said that on his video last night. I can only say so much here. I can't really tell you any more than this. I mean, this is what it is. So,
Bill, do you think it's just one item that
Yeah.
they're releasing? You
Yeah.
think it is just one?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, and I had two other of my sources, and this is something I've been doing. I've been looking at more than one source when I've been getting information
job.
now,
Good job.
and I've had two sources tell me without a doubt that, you know, there's going to be more releases this year, obviously, and what they confirmed for me for this is not, there's no drone in this
Yeah, I
release.
didn't think it would be.
No drone whatsoever.
When do you think the next drone, Bill, is coming out?
Well, see, and this is something. I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, we talked about this, Bill Thomas and I and Ron, and one of the things, you know, realize, you know, when they send these drones out to people, say like Kelly Shores or to Rick Smith, you know, people that have the large channels, or Ed Ricker, you know, it has to be done weeks in advance. They don't send a product out like a week before the event and say, test it and get a video together. You know, they give them out, they send them out, they give them time to be able to do that. Now, you know, also to, you know, figure into things as far as, you know, the timing and, you know, as far as building up inventory, because DJI learned their lesson with the Mavic Pro. I mean, you know, in October 2016, they said you were coming out with this drone, and then people ordered it and they didn't get them till December or January. And
You're right on that one. You're right.
you know, they're not going to go there again with this. You know, they want to be able to have product available at launch. You know, and that's why I could say, you know, like with the Mavic 2, I ordered it the day of the launch. I got it
2 days later. That's when I got mine.
probably about maybe 5 days. I mean,
Okay.
it was that quick. And they've also beefed up their distribution facilities. It used to be they used to only have a distribution facility in California because everything came over from China through there. Well, now I know they have one in Atlanta, and I also know they have one in New Jersey too. So, you know, they've really, you know, gone to the nth degree as far as building up distribution points is concerned. So, you know, all this has to play into effect. You know, the products that and sometimes the products that people like, say, Ed Ricker or Kelly Shores or Rick Smith would get, they may not be 100% of the finished product. Okay, they may be some prototypes that they actually get. That, you know, it may not. And it's funny because, you know, you don't have as a drone enthusiast, you know, a lot of times you'll go out and you'll look at tutorials or you look at things to try to find things. They don't have that advantage in this instance. Okay, they
are
have
the
to
ones.
they got to figure things out on their own when they get these quads to review. So,
Well, you know what's important too, Bill, is that So the way DJI works is they usually right for the summer, boom, they pop something and it gets crazy. So pretty much what they're telling us is that this camera, this action camera, is this summer's big release.
Exactly. You know,
And so I don't think we're going to see a drone at all, probably until Christmas. That would be my guess.
you know, and that's what Bill and Ron and I were talking about. And, you know, with the timing, like, you know, what I was just explaining, you know, the cycle of that and all the time that it takes and getting it in drone reviewers' hands and getting feedback from them and, you know, being able to do all this. Yeah, you're probably looking October, November, that kind of a time frame. And I would also expect it to be at least a dual release. You know, my strong suspicion is, and it's going to seem like an odd couple,
Yep.
that they're going to release you know, an advanced Spark, which is pretty much everybody knows that they're going to do something like that.
Yeah.
And they're also going to do an Inspire 3.
There
Now,
you go. Yep.
you know, with the Inspire 3, you know, they may do that, something like that, as a huge, big event out in Los Angeles, because the Inspire 2, when it came out, you remember it came out, they also announced the Phantom 4 Pro at the same time. So, and they did a dual event in Los Angeles because obviously, you know, the film industry's out there. So
Let
you
me
know,
ask you a question, Bill, because you're a big drone guy, and you have a lot of information. So I fly pretty much everything that they have. But when the Mavic 2s came, first of all, the Mavic 1 just changed the game in drones, period.
mhm.
And then they come out with the Mavic 2 with the OcuSync 2.0, and they give you options, 1-inch sensor and 2/3 with a zoom. Do you see DJI going to a Mavic 3? And if so, what could they possibly put on it to make it any better?
You know, that's a great question, because, you know, and
Two
I-
things I'm thinking of right off the bat. And I'm going to see if you
I
say-
know Billy Kyle has talked about this, and Ken Dono, you know, they've talked about, you know, as far as like and other ones have talked about how much better can the technology get? How much more can you do?
can.
How many sensors can you, crash avoidance sensors can you put in the drone? I think from my standpoint, I think what we're going to see, all right, a
Come
couple
on.
of things.
Give
We're
it to me. Give it to me, Billy.
It's going to be a hybrid, and it's going to be between what a Phantom 4 would be, and it's going to be between what a Mavic 2 is.
See,
Okay.
now I'm thinking differently. What I'm thinking is they're going to release a Mavic 3. If they do go, I mean, I guess they have to, but here's what they're going to add to it. I agree with you, Bill. I think the technology in that thing is so freaking awesome. How much more could they give you? But what I think they're going to do to it is make it waterproof, and just and because once they give you a drone that can now fly in crazy weather, that changes everything. So
Yeah,
now
that is a game changer.
the weather doesn't even hold you back, and at that
Oh, I agree.
you know, I mean, it's just like the Matrice 200. Oh my God, with that, what is it, like an FP63 or something? I mean, it can basically fly in wind and hurricane. Well, not too
Oh,
big,
yeah.
but it's amazing. So that's all I see them doing is just give it, you know, pretty much everything, maybe pumping the numbers up a little bit higher, but for the most part, making the thing waterproof and throwing a couple extra smart things in software.
Well, the other thing that I think that they're gonna an area for improvement can always be is with software and firmware. Okay, because you know that's independent of the hardware. I think we're gonna see like a third generation of OcuSync to be even better. I think it'll improve the range.
Wow.
I think the transmission signal, because, you know, I've talked to people who own, you know, I have the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 with OcuSync in it. Okay.
Correct.
And I've talked to other people that have the Phantom 4 Pro with Lightbridge in it.
That's what I have.
And, you know, because, you know, transmission in that thing is just absolutely incredible. I mean, I get the same kind of great signal that I get with the Mavic 2 that I get with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. So I think that's where DJI is going to improve. You're going to see things like OcuSync improved. You're going to see obstacle avoidance improved as well, too.
I mean, just get better, right?
And just get better. And I think the other thing is, you know, you're going to see some type of APAS in there, meaning, you know, that the obstacle, I'll call it artificial intelligence, as far as, you know, when you saw the video, when the Mavic Air came out, it would go around objects automatically, that kind of thing. You'll see that. But I also think too, we're also going to see, especially here in the United States, I think we're going to see things as far as, being, and I'm trying to find the exact terminology for it. It's on the Mavic 2 Enterprise series. And I think that's going to carry over the ability, for air traffic controllers to see drones.
I
And
would love that. If they gave us hobbyists that information,
Yeah.
oh, I would love that.
we would know where everything is. And I think, there's some good apps that are out there right now, like, as far as that's concerned, and some will tell you some of this information, but it would be invaluable to have that. And, now I've seen them a tree
They're not,
flying.
they're not in your telemetry either. So that's where DJI can pump it up. Actually throw it on your live telemetry so that you can
Yeah.
and it's right there. Okay, plane or on a smart switch. C2 brings up the map. Okay, I got planes in the area. C1 again, come back to my picture, land or get lower. So and that's the great thing about that other series, that it's all right there in the software. That's
Yeah.
so valuable.
One of the things also too, and I've seen it, and I've heard from Ken Dono, Original Dobo. He said, what you see on there, you'll see commercial aircraft, but you won't see private pilots, and you won't see other aircraft like that.
Okay.
Which I think that's something that they absolutely need to work on. That it needs to not just be commercial traffic; it needs to be private pilots and smaller
It
planes
should
as
be
well.
everything that's flying, everything
Yeah.
other than
Because,
birds.
Everything with a transponder, right? Bill?
Everything with a transponder we should be able to see that. And it's like, for example, yesterday you probably saw I went up. I did a live stream last night from the Phantom 4 Pro, and because we had a great sunset, I said, let's just get this up. So I did that, and then you hear a plane in the area, and your neck's cranking around all over the place to try to find out where it's at. You know what? I'm not even up 100 feet. But still, my head's on a swivel trying to find this thing.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times we'll see what's real interesting where I live
That's funny.
here in Tampa. I'm about 5 miles away from MacDill Air Force Base as well. And we'll get the KC-135 tankers. I can see them off in the distance going to land over there. So it's like, my neck's on. In rare times we get some commercial planes come over and I think those are headed down south, not over to Tampa. But you got to have your head on a swivel when you're outside with stuff like that. I mean, you just can't. You got to pay attention to what's going on, and especially for me right now, it's birds are kind of migrating all over the place here, and you got to watch out for them, man. It's just horrible.
They're scary as hell, ain't they, Bill?
Oh, they are. I mean, it's like especially when you get under 100 feet and you're flying, you got to watch out for these birds. I mean, they have, they're ruthless. They're going where they're going to go, and they don't care what
kill themselves to take you down. Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, and Bill, on both of my enterprises, the Dual and the Zoom, that is a nice feature that I can turn it on and off, and it puts it right on the screen. It shows me the aircraft, where they are, what their altitude is, direction. It actually is moving, and but it would be a game changer if they put on all aircraft that has a transponder.
Oh, I agree, Paul, because I don't think we have to worry so much about the commercial traffic as we have to worry about the private pilots and the helicopters. And you guys remember that, I think it was down in Miami, that almost close call near the beach on Miami,
right by it. Yep.
And when I recently, Ron Brown came down here in the area, and he and I went over to one of the beaches flying, and my head was on a swivel too, because these helicopters are going up and down the beach, and I just wanted to be aware of what was going on. I mean, I kept it under 200 feet, but still, I mean, it's just
it wakes you up. Yep.
Yeah. It's like having that burst of caffeine in the morning. I mean, it's just,
Bill, you would die if you came down to Philly and flew some of the flights.
An example, Bill, is I was down flying a ship yesterday, and they were mowing the lawn of the grass of the walkways behind me, and I kept hearing this buzzing going on. I'm looking for the airplane, and here comes a zero turn by behind me. It's like, oh my gosh,
Bill, when I fly in Center City, I'll take off. You know, I stay within like 4,000 feet, but when I start flying to the buildings, a lot of times you'll start hearing the helicopter, and it's like, oh my God. And I do just like you do. I'm looking all around in what direction as I'm flying. And it's like I literally at that point, as long as I'm lowered in the buildings, I have to really think to myself consciously, okay, would a helicopter be there? See, helicopters are scary because it's not like they're planes. They don't have centrifugal force or whatever it is. They don't have to keep moving forward. They can hover. So,
Oh, yeah.
they could be lowered in the building, you know?
Yeah, see, helicopters are a real that's a real sticky issue with
Yes.
being around helicopters because
Yes.
you know they don't have to keep moving forward to maintain flight. I mean, they can stay in one spot.
And
And
there's no rules with helicopters. I mean, Paul will tell you with his 107, he's got all that info that they can be at any altitude. They
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much have the right of way to be anywhere in 3D space, anywhere.
Mhm.
So that's scary saying to yourself, hey, if I'm 200 feet, and most of the time we say, hey, well, I'm at 200 feet. There ain't going to be no plane hit me here. Well, it might be a helicopter that hits you at 100 feet. Yeah, so, but it's you want to talk about being woken up like with caffeine. You got, if you're ever in Philly, I'll take you down and we'll do some of my little flights where I go to Liberty 1 and Liberty 2 and the Comcast building. And these buildings stand 1,100 feet tall. But oh my God, Bill, to be flying amongst them is just absolutely a feeling that it's just second to none.
Oh, I
It
bet.
literally is a rush to see them all just coming up on you. And I got to tell you, the Pro, when I fly the Mavic 2 Pro, the feeling is quadrupled simply because, and I always say this in my videos, look at the dynamic range of this bird. I mean, I can't stop saying it, Bill, because you literally can see between buildings in the
Mhm.
shadows. And it is, I don't care if they used all that line skipping crap. I don't care what they did. It is freaking amazing.
Oh, it is. You know, when I did my video when we went out over the pier, over on the beach, and the detail that came up, you know, and now see one of the things that I do, I'm not big into filters. I know a lot of
Me
people
neither.
are,
Yeah.
you know, and especially down here in Florida, which is kind of a good thing. But the angles that I fly at when I'm around the sun, I'm real careful because I'm not flying directly towards the sun.
Good
So
move.
that's number one. And number two, you know, I think it's more natural. You know, and the camera is so good, it compensates for that in the Mavic 2 Pro.
Yes.
It really does. You know, the only other thing I see with like a Mavic 3, you know, I think we're going to see, you know, you're going to see a camera that's going to go up several notches from what they have in the Mavic 2 Pro.
4K 60, right?
Yeah, you're going to
There
see
you
a 4K, true 4K 60 in there.
Oh,
You're going to see
everybody
more
wants-
onboard storage because I know people have really liked that onboard storage.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but there was a guy who had a Mavic Air, and in his onboard storage, now the video has since been taken down. He was asked by DJI to take it down. He gave it to me, and I actually, you know, put it back out there. Was in the internal storage of the Mavic Air. Evidently, when they were testing it at the factory in Shenzhen, you could see all the workers in there. You could see their computers. You could see what they were doing. And I have a video. It's up on my channel. I forget what it's got. You know, it's like an inside peek at the factory. And DJI knows the video's up there. They didn't tell me to take it down, but it was interesting because that was what was on his internal storage when he checked it.
And I think that you mentioned before they were in their clean room garbs and everything, and
Wow,
gloves
freaking
and white
Yeah.
coat.
man.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, it looked like a scene from, you know, NASA back with the Apollo days, you know, and everybody's all, you know, they're all the techs are dressed up in white and all that stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool to get that kind of an inside peek at stuff. I mean,
Let me ask you another question, Bill. On topic, but kind of off of, on the topic of pricing. With the government now doing these tariffs, I know Trump just put a big tax and they're talking about products being more money now coming in. Do you think that's going to, because it is supposed to affect electronics, would the drone fall under that? And do you think when this camera drops, what do you think will happen with the price there, or even in the future with the drone? I know the future is a little uncertain because you don't know what's going to happen, but I got a camera
That's-
dropping in a couple days.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think, a lot of people speculate as far as, why when remember the Mavic 2 was supposed to come out middle of July and it was
Correct.
delayed until August. And a lot of people were talking about that it had to do with tariffs on China,
Yeah,
exactly like what you were saying.
Correct.
And I think what happened at the same time, I'll get back to the subject here in a second. The Anafi was released, and I think DJI did some scrambling, and I think that's when they came up with the Zoom, because I
You are
don't think they
correct.
were going to come out with the Zoom
You are
until the
correct.
Anafi came out. So they did that. But to get to your point about tariffs here, that's a very interesting question, because I think they're going to they still want to keep the price of that down,
Correct.
because they may actually take some more of a cut as far as that's concerned. I don't know about tariffs. I mean, and goods, because China, will realize something. If there's going to be, they're going to have to play the game. They know that probably the United States is probably one of their biggest customers, of consumer electronics. So I think they're going to acquiesce. I think you're going to see them, there's going to be some good trade agreement between the two nations, because it's good for both. It's good thing, and I'm not talking politically here. I'm just
Correct.
talking about what's good for both countries here.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what's good for both countries is is to get income, and the way to get good income is to not have these tariffs. So
I agree.
that's what that's my conjecture as far as that's concerned. And I saw in the chat Curtis Dart. Hey Curtis, he had said something about using filters and reflecting off the water, and he's right about that. But the altitudes that I'm at, I'm up high enough that it really, because I'm usually at about 150 feet when I go up there. So,
and Bill, you know what the other thing is funny? It's funny you mention that, because I don't know about you, but all our eyes are different, right? Our eyes like and see different. And for instance, I like a softer picture. Some guys love the Phantom 4, but to me, it's cold. It is sharper, but it's cold, So I love the Mavic 2 Pro. But as far as the reflections and all, and how the ND filters take it away, I like it for the reasons that you said. It makes it realer for me. It's more what my eyes see, because people go crazy taking out the lens flare. I love lens flare. Give me lens flare. Give me a freaking filter that says lens flare, and I would use it. It's beautiful to see them beautiful rainbow colors coming off of a natural sky. I don't want that to go away. So there's so many things that a professional photographer doesn't like, because maybe it wrecks their picture or their, what their client's looking for. But me personally, I love the naturalness of it all, and to see them little spokes of magic. They're like just little happy moments. Sunrise, and then poof, a lens flare from the sky shoots down on this glimmering, shiny, reflective water. I want that. That's what my eyes would see.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with where you position your drone. And
Absolutely.
If you have it at the right angle and you're at the right altitude, there's an app out there, and I forget the name of it, and it's not a very popular one, but it tells you the position of the sun where you're at in your location during the day. And I think it's something, if you're serious about, if you want to make a step up from being a hobbyist to a professional as far as photography is concerned and videography, it's something you need to look into. I was looking at it yesterday, and it's a very cool app, and it helps you be able to gauge where you, not only where you fly, but when you fly. And I, these things are important, because if you want to get those great shots like I did last night, it's all about timing. It's all about where you're positioned in the sky as well too, in position, where you're at in relationship to the sun, as far as that's concerned.
And Bill, you're so right, because that's saying the early bird catches the worm and all that stuff. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That shit is wisdom, man, because it's true. When you go that extra mile, wake up a little extra early, climb that extra 100 feet, it shows in the end result. So that's the whole name of the game. Get up earlier than the next guy, go to places that maybe a normal person wouldn't go to. And then all of a sudden your footage is special because you're showing things that you don't normally see. And also that work just comes out in it, But
Oh, it does.
it's time.
I mean, you could see it in your videos, when you're doing your sunrise videos. I mean, it's all about location. It's all about timing. And it's all about, your altitude, where you're at and position in the sky. And, you do that right, you're going to get some good video. I mean, you really will get some good quality video up there.
Yes, sir. It's what a wonderful hobby. And, it's I can't begin to thank it enough. And I'm telling you, the community that's into this hobby is such a good community of good, wholesome, for the most part. I mean, there's rotten eggs everywhere in every carton, but there's not a lot here. All the eggs are pretty good. They're unbroken, which is amazing to me.
Well, and also, Bill, you are so fantastic in Coast to Coast and so many other people and even Roger here, but just cultivating all of that together so we can share is just fantastic.
Well, thank you, Paul. And I think that's one thing that kind of needs to be said. And I know Bill, Thomas, and I and Ron have been talking about this. Is it's a good community. Yeah, there are a few here that I won't speak as to their motives. But you know what? Motives for people like Bill Thomas, Ron Brown, for myself, for like Kelly Shores from Ready Set Drone, from Rick Smith from Drone Valley. Okay, these kind of people, to me, the people that I like hanging out with, and Roger here on Canadian, and everybody here on Canadian Drone Hub, it's to spread the gospel of drones, okay, and the good news about drones and making it fun. And I think that's one thing. That's one aspect that I think a lot of people kind of miss is it's fun. And that's what I did last night. I told my wife. She said, "Are you filming for the channel?" I said, "Well, I'm doing a live stream, but you know what? It's fun. I want to enjoy it because a lot of times when I'm out there filming, it's work for the channel. I'm doing some work, and it's like." Even though it's flying a drone, sometimes it could be work because, I'm filming and I want to make sure my audio is good. And, if I'm capturing on another source, I got a million things that I'm working on. And last night it was just, I did the live stream. And then when I was done, I finished out my battery and took another flight out over the lake. And, that was fun. And that's the message that I think channels need to emphasize is to be able to get your drone up and to be able to have fun. And that's why, we kind of like try to get that message out and have it not centered on us so much as our message. And I think, and I think that's important. Roger does that here. Rick Smith does that. Kelly Shores do that. A lot of these guys, they put out great information about drones, and with the sole purpose of being able to get out there to fly and be able to do it.
Bill, to build on that, you're exactly right, because my message and what I try to share is how extraordinary drones can change your life, and I try to be an example of that. For me, it literally saved my life. I was given a drone to get out of my chair where I was dying in, and here, try this. Go start this hobby so that you'll go outside and breathe fresh air, and maybe something will happen. And absolute magic happened, and it made me want to be a better version of myself, which led to a surgery, which led to 320 pounds lighter. And now all of a sudden I'm not going to the bathroom on myself and dying from diabetes. I'm flying like a freaking eagle. And spiritually, physically, mentally, it has changed me as a human being. And I try to I can't give it to people enough, and to just keep saying it over and over again and hope that they can experience it. Or if they're struggling with something, to just try this hobby and see how it makes you feel. Because if with a little open-mindedness and just with, and like you said, not to mention, it's freaking fun. You know, so when you add that all together, it's the best medication on the market.
You
I
know
don't
what?
have the
Your
luxury.
story, you know, people need to hear that, hear what you said again, because I think it's so important, my friend. You know, you just you can't emphasize, and I think that's why I love what Bill Thomas calls his show. He calls it, you know, drone therapy. You know, if you've had a bad day at work, you know, and you just, you know, you go out there, and it's like a release like none other. You know, you put your sticks together, you're up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's you with the drone. I mean, and it really is. And you know, you can see how it's changed your life,
And Bill, to be
how it's
so
changed
free, to be
other
so
lives.
free.
And
I mean,
you know, it's just there's not enough room now in the world for people who are selfish or narcissistic with this hobby, or you know, and go on YouTube and have it be about themselves, to be the first person to review this or the first person to get this or whatever. You know what? Let's not worry about that. Life's too short. I've had too many instances in my life to know that, okay, that life's too
and it's
short.
easy to fall into that. You know, we're human beings. We want that ego. We have egos. We want that. Look at me, I did it. I mean, it's human to have that. The real struggle, the real strength and courage is not doing that. And
Exactly.
giving back. That's hard because
Exactly.
you get
You know,
nothing
it's
other than, you know, a nice word. But it feels wonderful. And you know, Bill, to feel so free from a place where I was, to be so grounded. And here's another example, perfect example of my story. A person in a wheelchair, Mike Roche. When this guy takes his drone up in the air, he's no longer crippled. He is no longer in a wheelchair. He's a freaking bird. He's part of the flock, is what I say in Philly. Be part of the formation. Be part of the flock, the Philly flock of the family. Because no matter who you are or where you're from, you're in that formation with us. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. Just open your mind. I know it may be too deep for George. Oh, it's just a freaking drone. But it's anything you want it to be. And the hobby is, and it not anybody can do it. I like the hard parts. I like they want you to have your 107. I like that because it roots out all the people that are, you know, don't want to do it for good reasons, you know.
you know, I hear you 100%. And you know, and I'm good friends with Mike, and that's one of the things. And this really it's one of my pet peeves here. All right, you know, I was I think I was the first person that discovered with the Mavic 2 series that precision landing wasn't an option on it.
Yeah.
When my very first video, my wife Valerie was looking and saying it's going to land on the roof.
Yeah,
You know, and I moved it
video.
away.
I saw it.
And you know, and I kind of went with a passion on this, and the reason I did, you know, is for people like Mike, who, you know, you see when he takes off, and you see what he has, the gear that he has, you know, to make sure, you know, he's told me, he says, you know, I usually take off from a table because I can't bend over, I can't go down and get the drone, okay, and I try to get into others' mind. And to get them to understand something here, you know, well, you're not macho if you manually land your aircraft. Da 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 da. You know, I've heard a lot of that. I said, you know what? If you want to hand catch it, fine, that's your option. If you want to manually land it, that's fine. But you know what? There's some people that it's not an option for. All right. You know,
I remember that the drama that you went through when that came out, by the way. People really ripped you.
Oh, I know.
They just missed the whole point of what you
Exactly.
were trying to say. They missed it totally. And Billy, they're the people that I'm talking about. They're in every bunch, you know. They always got to just, I don't know if it's jealousy or hate or what it is. Maybe envy that they're not where you're at. I don't know. But it doesn't need to be there because we're one big family. And really, nobody's out trying to be any better or worse than the next guy. And as I always say, I just want to fly.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, I know, you know, for example, you know, with Mike, because Mike and I've had several great conversations, and you know, because I had actually talked about, I know, you know, I know what he's gone through, and you know, he sent me several wonderful emails. You know, he's an absolutely great guy, and he puts together some great videos. And if you haven't subscribed to him, you definitely need to check Mike out. Mike just does he does a fantastic job. And, you know, to see what, and the other person that really kind of inspired me with a lot of this is Art out in Colorado.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, when I saw his video of what it takes for him to get outside to fly, I said, you know what? I looked at my wife that morning and I had tears in my eyes. I said, you know what? I need to help this guy. And that's when I got that GoFundMe together, and we got him a wheeled case for his Phantom 3, and then we bought him a Mavic Air. You know, and the determination that he has just to get, you know, climb up his stairs, to get out and to fly, it just blows me away.
Tell me that doesn't push you. When I'm lazy and I don't feel like moving my 2 healthy legs and 2 healthy arms 24 feet to get to the front, it wakes me up and say, look at this guy dragging his legs, dragging his body, dragging his freaking drones, which is he must be exhausted by the time he gets there. And then he sits, he calms, and with a smile and love in his heart and smile on his face, he flies into the flock. And
He
that's
does. He does.
freaking beautiful, Bill.
You know, he inspires me, and you know, and I chat with him several times a week on Facebook Messenger, and you know, he's been checking to see how Valerie's doing and everything, and I told him, you know, he's looking to try to maybe get to Spin Up this year down in Texas, and I'm very hopeful of being able to do that myself. But you know, he gives me a ton of inspiration, and I think, you know, if you're looking for inspiration, look no further than looking at Art and what Art does and what he has to do. And, you know, and he puts out great videos. He has a show on Saturday nights. I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern. And I think it's 5 o'clock Mountain Time.
And you know what? I want to say something else too, because Art's a perfect example of this. So many people are afraid, you know, to do this or go live or do that. Let me tell you something. If anybody's out there that has that fear, guys, this is on my videos. I always say, thanks for watching my crap. It's crap. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you are putting yourself out there any which way, you've already won. That's amazing, because there's not one person in this community that will judge you. They're all going to say, thank you so much for that video. That's freaking awesome. And we truly mean it, because I know with me anyway, I'm not so much looking at, look how perfect, look how he missed the cut there. Get the hell out of here. I'm just sharing your flight with you, however you do it. Whatever you say. It's just sharing it. And so please, anybody that's on the fence, put your stuff out there. You don't have to edit. Who cares if it's edited? Who cares if there's no music to it? Say something, just talk. Get it out there, because you'd be surprised how it'll not only help others, but it'll help yourself. You start to break out of a mold. I know I was afraid of public and afraid to talk, you know, and all of a sudden you're talking to millions of people before you know it, and you start to feel more comfortable. So life is constantly about change, and you got an opportunity here to make a change like that by feeling uncomfortable. Never be comfort. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position as much as you possibly can, because that's where growth comes from. Growth can only stem from uncomfortability, not something that you enjoy doing and you're always calm and relaxed in. You got to be uncomfortable. So do it. Challenge yourself. You know, and drones give you that opportunity. We can go live from the freaking drone. You know, it's amazing.
Well, you know, one of the, you know, I work for the store, or I work for Publix supermarkets here in Florida, and they're definitely the largest grocer here in the Southeast. But the founder of the store, he had one of his famous quotes is, he said, "Begin, the rest is easy." And he's right. And it applies to everything in life. You know, the hardest part is starting, but once you've started, you know, for instance, you know, I go back and I look at some of the videos I did 2 years ago when I started this, and I'm like, oh, you know, I don't want to look at it, but you know what?
Delete them, Billy. Don't ever delete them.
I won't. And, you know, and that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing is you can see, you know, I still had some good things to say. You know, you know, you're off center of camera, you know, the sound, you know, all this kind of stuff. But I said, you know what? You get out there, you know, and you'll hear any of the guys like, I follow Sean Cannell on YouTube and Benji Travis, and I get a lot of it, you know, a lot of advice for them. as far as YouTube is concerned, and that's one of the things, go ahead, don't worry about your lighting, don't worry about your color, don't worry about your sound, just make sure things work and go ahead and hit the record button, because until you do,
Call
nothing.
it crap. Call it crap. Who cares?
And when you go out there, it's like a lot of guys go off of scripts a lot of times when you're doing videos. Okay. Now, my first,
please just stop watching me. Please.
Yeah. You can tell when you're scripted, and, I usually have some notes like up on my screen, when my camera's on, but, and that it's a rough guide, and that's how I go, because, it's much better to come off. It comes off more natural when you're doing something like that, when you're doing your reviews, than when you're not. And, for example, I have a video coming out tonight, and it's going to be on the smart controller. It's going to be on my unboxing, setup, binding, and first flight. And,
Bill, you got to do me one favor with this smart controller, because I'm on the fence. Please make sure, do a distance test with this thing, because I'm hearing mixed reviews on it. Does it still give you the same as the regular? I'm really interested in, do you get the same range, the same quality down feed? Is that transmission system the same, or did they have to cut short on it because they had to pack everything in? So
I can tell you, as far as I've had it out as far as 2,000 feet, and it was crystal clear 2,000 feet.
I kind of figured that. Yeah,
it was absolutely crystal clear. Well, one thing that's really impressed me about the smart controller is how easy it is to, when a lot of my videos, I'll do a screen recording on the iPad. And if you guys are familiar with how to do that, you swipe down, you hit the button, and it records everything on the screen. But one of the things with the iPad is there's a lag because it records the audio. There's a lag between the audio and also what's actually on the iPad. I mean, it isn't as fast as it is, but with the smart controller, there's a menu item that says screen recorder. You hit the button, you turn it on. And when you're done, okay, you can export that to your SD card, which is inside the smart controller. Wow. Piece of cake, and then put it on there. And one of the things that I found, it perfectly synced up with the audio. It was just spot on, because what I do is, I'm recording on my camera, and I lined up the audio with that. It was perfect. There was absolutely, I go to a starting point, where it says, I always use the auto takeoff, and you hear the voice from the female voice on the DJI Go 4 app, and that's where I kind of sync my audio up. It was perfect. It was spot on perfect. And that's another thing, everything I've seen with a smart controller, it's just like, I like it. I mean,
Bill, can you live stream from obviously I know you have to tether to your phone, but
I haven't tested it yet, but yes, you can, as far as I know. And that's one thing, that's another thing to test on it, is to go ahead and do the live stream. That's one of the things that's on my list. But one of the interesting things that I ended up finding out, and it's finally, my video is finally gaining some traction. The last update that they had to the smart controller was a big one, and it allowed the Mavic 2 Enterprise series to be able to be used with a smart controller.
Correct.
Now, one of the things that DJI kind of snuck in through the back door, you have to use DJI Assistant 2 Mavic to go ahead and do this firmware update. Now, several people actually told me they were able to do it through the smart controller by itself, which I thought was very interesting, because every time I tried that, it says you need to use DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic. So I go out there, I must have tried it 5 or 6 times, and it got to 98%, and it said update failed. So I went ahead and I did some digging, and what I ended up finding out was on 4/25, when they did the release for the firmware update, DJI also snuck in a firmware update for DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic, okay? Didn't say anything about that, all right? Some people caught it, and I asked some people on my video, I said, were you aware of this? Some said yes. Most said no. They were not aware of this. And that's why I got that out there, because, a lot of people, I was spinning my wheels 5 different times. I'm like, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with my internet connection? Am I not getting, a good... Is it not connected right? Is something wrong? There was nothing. The thing that was wrong was I didn't do the update. I did the update. Boom, it was done. And so, I mean, that's a lesson learned, I think, is, and it's a funny, it's not really a funny haha, but it's funny that they did that update the same day as they put out the firmware update. So, you know, the only thing they said is, you know, make sure your DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic is at the current version. And I'm thought, okay, it's at the current version. I have no reason not to think it. Well, I ended up finding out that wasn't the case.
Right.
And I went ahead and I updated it and it works. So I mean, going forward, I think that's one of the things I'm going to check the release notes. And it's also funny too, it wasn't actually in the release notes for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and check DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic every time there's a firmware update to the Mavic 2 or to the smart controller. That way I know, you know, I have the latest of DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic. And a lot of people will start out, oh, I'll use DJI Assistant. And it's like, no, you can't. You have to use DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic, because when the Mavic 2 came out, they decided to just absolutely separate it. And
I made that same mistake.
Yeah.
Bill?
Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to say good morning.
Okay, good morning. Bill, I know you're pressed for time, but John Paul had a question in the chat for you. If you want to check it out.
Okay. 32 gigabyte 4 battery charging hub, car charger, back-to-back power. Like new condition, includes all original boxes. Found a Mavic Pro Flymark combo for sale with 4 hours flight time. $750. Is that a good deal? 32 4 battery charging hub, car charger. Yeah, Drone Pool. That sounds like a good deal on the original Mavic. I mean, that and here's my advice for something like this. If you have the opportunity to fly it before you purchase it, do it. You know, I was lucky when I got my Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 that the gentleman, I didn't get a chance to take it off, but he let me power it up, and I got to see that the camera was working and that it locked into satellites and the compass was able to be calibrated. So yeah, I would go ahead and definitely check and make sure that, you know, if you can't fire, you know, if you can at least fire it up even without the props on, and pull your DJI Go 4 app up, and, you know, make sure the camera's working, you know, make sure you get good satellite locks, and the compass can be calibrated.
Or make sure you're buying it on PayPal, so that if there is a problem, PayPal, you're protected through PayPal.
Yeah, that's, you know, and that's another thing. You know, I would almost always use PayPal for something like this. And this is a good point. I'm glad Drone Pool brought this up, and thank you, Roger, for interjecting this. Is, you know, when you buy a used drone, you know, it's always a crapshoot. You're always rolling the dice with something like this. But there's some ways you can protect yourself, and I think the biggest way is to buy locally. Don't go. I mean, and you know, people are gonna, you know, probably rake me over the coals a little bit for this, but you know, if you live out on the East Coast, don't buy from somebody on the West Coast, and vice versa. You know, buy locally. And the place that I suggest to go more often than not is on the pages on Facebook. You know, there's a lot of Facebook pages and groups that are dedicated to do nothing but selling drones. And go out.
What happens is they don't want to ruin their name. You know what I mean? So they're not going to sell crap unless there's just, you know, unless they're out to just do that. But most of the time people catch them anyway. But
Oh, yeah.
right, Bill, they don't want to destroy their name. If they're popular, they're not going to put something out there, crap, say it's wonderful, and then try to rob you, because it destroys their whole social person, you know, as well. So yeah, good.
You know, it's always something, you know, when you're getting something used, and it's also important to ask the right questions too. To ask questions like, you know, what's the flight time on there? What's your total flight time? How many batteries do you have with it? Have you ever crashed it? Do you have DJI Care Refresh if it's a DJI drone? You know, ask a number of questions when you're going out to buy something that's used, because, you know, if you don't, you know, it's, you know, that old saying, caveat emptor, buyer beware, you know, and you know, even, you know, using PayPal, which is a good thing, and which is something I highly recommend, so you have something to fall back on. You know, be very careful. I mean, that's the best thing I can say. And the other thing I can say is this, is, you know, when you're going out and buying a new drone, you also need to be careful with that too. You know, I would avoid, you know, for example, you know, it's good at places like to pick them up at big box stores, say like Best Buy. I mean, you know, they're a prime example of being able to do that. But when you buy from DJI, you don't pay sales tax. So, there's some trade-offs with something like that. Is, do you want to pay the $125 in sales tax, or, do you want to wait a week and get your drone? It's a trade-off that you have to have. Now, and a lot of people like a physical building to be able to purchase it from, and if there's an issue, they can bring it back, that kind of thing. So there's a lot to be said for that. And one of the things that I always tell people is, if you're buying it off of Amazon, make sure it's coming from Amazon directly. There's a number of resellers on Amazon. In fact, here's an example of one.
Good point. Good point.
With the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, there was a reseller on there that was out of New York City, and I forget their name. And so I went ahead and I checked them out on the Better Business Bureau. They had a rating of F on the Better Business Bureau. Okay. And the comments that were in place about this business was, they said they would sell you something new, it was used, or it was an drone that had damage to it. They just evidently finally somebody got a hold of them and they got shut down. The government shut them down, and they're being prosecuted right now a lot for fraud. So you got to be real careful. So if you're buying something off of Amazon, and especially a new item off of Amazon, make sure it's directly from Amazon and not from a reseller. And there are a lot of good resellers out there. I'm not knocking resellers in general, but
good point.
Unless they have 100% rating as far as a reseller is concerned, I would stick with Amazon, because that way you have some protection with Amazon. You also, especially if you use your card, you have some protection as well too. But with Amazon, I mean, their return policy is very good. I mean, I've had no issues with returning things to Amazon. So I would say, again, in this instance, be aware, be knowledgeable, and make a wise decision.
And I always tell people, if they're not sure, when you go, even if you're not a Prime member, when you do your search, click for Prime only products, and that'll help you find which ones are coming from Amazon. Sorry,
No, that's absolutely right. Because
Filter it. Very good. Very good.
my next door neighbor just bought 2 Huawei phones and didn't do that, and right now he's in a lawsuit for $2,600 Canadian.
Wow.
He never received the phones. So it's just funny. I was just talking to him this morning for an update, and that came. Yeah, so that's what I told him. Now on, always search using Prime, so at least it's connected to Amazon.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I gotta part ways here. Val, I'll give you an update on my wife. She went to work on Thursday, and she probably shouldn't have. And then she was off on Friday. When you're on pain meds, it kind of gives you a false sense of feeling better. Yeah. And it did. Yeah, I mean, she had hernia and gallbladder surgery. And the other thing is, she had some different with when I had mine. I didn't have an abdominal binder, and she has an abdominal binder, which helps a lot. But it also, she did too much, and she realized that. So yesterday she's resting, and she's doing some things today to try to get more active, which is good. But I told her, I said, the big thing is, make sure that you take it easy and don't push with something like this, because when you push, it'll give you a relapse. I know when I had mine, I was off I had my surgery on a Thursday. I was off the entire next week. I mean, it just, and I told her, I said, you need to take baby steps with this. You can't rush something like, anytime you have a hernia surgery, it's just baby steps. You can't go too fast with something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, soon.
Well, Bill, give your wife all the best from all of us.
I sure will, Paul.
And from me, I always enjoy you coming on Saturdays and telling us what's up and what you found out, because you are so knowledgeable. Thank you.
Well,
Billy. Thank you.
Everyone here this morning, my friend Philly Drone Life, thank you so much. I've had a great chat with you. Everybody, Roger. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, on Wednesday at noon Eastern, I'm going to have a special show with Bill Thomas and Ron Brown, and we're going to talk about the DJI product. So make sure you're tuned in for that. I got a great video coming out about the smart controller tonight, so be on the lookout for that, guys.
Thank
and
you.
everybody have a great rest of your day today, okay?
Thanks,
Well,
Bill.
Tell Val hello.
Bill,
Tell
I
her we
sure
all
will,
said
Val.
hi.
Thanks a lot.
Wish you the
Bill.
best.
Wednesday, remind us. Okay. Oh. Okay. That was a nice one.
Awesome, awesome. Good work, Roger.
Again.
That's-
Hey,
that-
Al,
and
welcome
that-
back.
And that's because Roger got him to come on the channel. That was great, Roger.
Good
Bill,
work.
don't forget, give us a heads up on Wednesday during the live stream, on my live stream, so don't forget about your live stream you're gonna be doing on Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay. So, Andrew, how you doing, Andrew?
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I didn't hear a peep. from you there,
Andrew,
bud.
Andrew, I had to behave myself while
Yeah.
Bill was on. I don't have to now.
No, but pretend Bill is still here. He's still in the chat. So continue as you were doing. Oh, I'm not coming on unless Bill's on anymore. I've decided that will.
Hey, Andrew, I passed out last night, but did you get your freaking goal?
No,
You didn't?
no.
Oh, for the love of God, guys.
And we lost a
come
couple last
on.
night. No, we're good. We still had a fun night. We enjoyed ourselves. Lots of
Oh,
love.
you had a ball, but you said it too. When the guy who promotes other channels tries to promote himself, it's like a freaking disaster. Like nobody wants to do anything.
Well, Andrew, maybe you ought to slip in about a 20-minute segment with Michael. Let him promote you on your channel.
Oh no, that's
It would be my honor. Oh my God!
And-
Why don't you come
and-
onto my
and-
channel?
And give him use of your horn.
Oh, dude, you give me that freaking horn, and I will get you your. Either that, or I'll make people go deaf. One or the other.
well. You can have that train whistle if you want.
There you
Oh,
I'm
both
still,
fingers.
I'm still
Forget it.
broken out all over my face from that whistle. I'm still.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
It's killing me. It's been a couple of days now.
I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah,
Shut up. Did you fly it yet?
I can't. I can barely see out of this eye.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. All right.
My perception is not good right now. Plus, Audrey woke up this morning. She has a bit of the flu.
Okay.
Got sick through the night, so yeah, everything's kind of on the.
Take your time.
It's
Andrew,
coming. Don't worry.
Use your time to watch videos.
I am.
App.
That's
Just
actually
keep
what I'm
watching videos on that app.
I can't even blink. Like I'm getting tear buildup still. 'Cause it's like sandpaper on this eye, especially.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. You know, your eyes are so swollen, Andrew. You almost look Chinese.
Yeah. And this is when they've cut the swellings come down the other night. Well, the next morning it was ridiculous.
It was from that. You had a reaction to that whistle.
Just the fumes off of it, yeah, because the wood wasn't properly dry.
Wow.
I grew up working in living surrounded by spruce. That's the main tree there, and then all of course hardwood in the mountains. But when I worked in forestry, it must have been like an over exposure to it, and then all of a sudden it became worse and worse and worse, and I couldn't work anymore. That's why I went back to school and studied multimedia integration. Was for that simple reason. Was the government sent me back because I couldn't work anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So. This used to be my whole body one time when I was working in that, from my scalp right to my feet. It was just like athlete's foot from head to toe. Living like a lizard.
Hello, Herman. Phantom Flight 101.
Yeah, Phantom is driving right now, so he won't be able to. He shouldn't be able to engage too much in the chat, but he's listening.
For the love of God, Mike Roche is
Keeping my
just
chest.
waking the hell up. Come on, Mike Roche. We need to get you up earlier, buddy. We were talking about you for hours.
Great conversation, by the way, guys. I want to say as a side note, you were having a bill on that when I came in. Really, you guys made some good points. I just wanted to say that. So
Oh, thank you.
about channels in general and YouTube and all that stuff, you really hit it home. So I wanted to-
Yeah, I think.
I couldn't sleep last night, and I almost went live at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Roger, Michael, and I would have been there for you.
Yeah, we would have been there.
Yeah, I could have
Freaking
called you at
amazing.
2 a.m. I think. No, I wasn't up.
Michael kept me up from midnight till 4 a.m.
I
So
am paying for it big time today, man. I'm telling you that.
I went to bed around 12:00, 12:30, and I tossed and turned all freaking night. I finally fell asleep around 3:00.
Well, you were in for some last night.
Pardon?
You were in ours for a while last night.
Yeah. Yep, I was in your stream last night.
Did you
Yeah.
see
Hey,
all-
Michael, there's just a
Shut
reminder,
up.
buddy.
Come on.
There's just a reminder, buddy, right there.
Stop. You're killing me, man. He's killing me. That's
So, Pusa, I went on your channel last night, but I just lurked.
Okay.
What were you eating? Because you guys looked like you were dying.
Well, I wish we could blame it on something, but we called it
Because
the mental breakdown.
I thought it was Ksenia. Is that, I think
Yeah.
Ksenia.
Yeah.
She said her mouth was still burning.
Oh no, that was me. Okay, the wood allergy. I went and put some cream on my face, and she's like, "Oh, don't put that on. It's got scented or whatever. It's gonna burn you." And I'm like, "Actually, I'm quite fine, and it's helping." No, you need that stuff you use after burns. Well, she put that on, and it was just like a mix of battery acid and the fire come together. And I'm beat red, and I'm blowing. So she decided to start fanning me off, which makes it 100 times worse. I said, "Oh, great! You brought me back to that great memory of getting frostbite in Saskatchewan when my truck broke down in the fields." You know.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
So that was pretty much where you probably caught it. Wasn't eating. I was.
Yes.
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
I looked like your thumb after you squeeze it for 20 minutes. Well, that was basically the top of my head from the nose up. So. Yeah.
Ken on camera. How you doing? Nanya's in the house. John Donato. Mike.
Hey,
Choo. Night train.
It's the mic train.
Hi, Nanya.
And that's our new show format, by the way. We officially changed it to 9 o'clock on Fridays, and it's going to be called Creators Therapy. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a night to be like we used to have when we first started. More relaxed, no real format to it. Everybody just hanging out.
When's that going to be?
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock. We moved from 7 o'clock.
I think Sunday and Tuesday should be changed to 9 too, because I think that's an excellent hour for you.
I think that was a good time to go on because the rest of it's kind of dead out there. So I thought, you know what, I can.
Yeah,
Really
there's not much going on at that time, right?
I've never done it to you before. I take all the whipping on this one, so I thought I'll throw one.
I'm like, oh my God, he's taking 9 o'clock on Friday. No. I'm going to call him. Sunday's a good night for 9.
Look at Mars is trying to pull you to the dark side already. Come on, Mars, give him one flight with the spark for the love of God, man. He's already pulling him to the dark side.
I was telling my sister this, she didn't know yet. She called me a lucky. Well, it starts with an F, but I won't use the word here.
Mike Roach wants to know what we said about him earlier, Michael.
Oh, you're gonna have to hit rewind, bud. You're gonna have to hit rewind.
I think we said he was a handsome devil.
Mhm.
Wasn't that
Only
what
when
we
you
were
were
talking
younger,
about?
Only younger, Mike.
Do not listen to
Not
Philly.
handsome.
Do not listen to Philly.
We had Mike's channel up the other day showing him off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
He was a great interview, guys. I'm gonna tell you. He was such a pleasure. He's just such a positive guy all the way around. And he's so kind.
Who?
Mike Roche, not
Oh,
you.
yeah, I
Philly.
think you were talking about me, Val.
Michael thought you were talking about him.
No, Michael, Philly Drone was like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I just had to hang on.
Yeah.
Toad's Ride, Wild Ride.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say thank you there or not. But okay,
I think so. It was a fun interview.
Hey,
Mike
we're all
Roach is
different.
just,
We're all different.
he's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So inspiring.
Then I hit the wall.
Yeah, I wish Philly Drone had a story because it was just a lot of dead air.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, for God's sake, can't you, for the love of God,
Just looking at
just say something?
Just looking at each other for an hour was nothing.
Right, just dead air.
Yeah.
I was just staring at him.
Looks like
Well-
Paul with the mic off. Yeah.
I think the classic was the move that Val did, though. She started measuring up for a saddle. She was going to whip him and ride him. Boom, boom.
Oh, geez. I would just like, when I ask you a question, just not a one-word answer.
Yeah.
What do you like about flying drones?
Oh, that's 20
Nice. Nice. I was like, come on, for the love of God.
Yeah. I can't help myself sometimes. Now I'm sorry.
That's good. That's because of Val's rigorous casting process for guests. But she usually picks them out if they say hi in the chat. That's how she usually.
That's right. That's how I find them.
Oh, they said hi.
Oh.
On my show. Want to be on my show? I'm going to get you on Sunday night. I've never seen
I was
something
like, hi.
faster
You
than
said
anyone
hi.
I've ever seen. You nailed them before they even get 3 words. I've never seen.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Coast to Coast Jones, yeah, Saturday mornings is getting a lot more streams. Yep, that's for sure.
When are you going to have Paul on, Val? That's the interview I can't wait to see.
I did Paul.
You did Paul? No, but I mean
Yeah.
the interview.
Yeah, I did him. I did Paul in the interview.
Yeah,
Yep, I was in the hot seat already. I've done my penance.
When was this? Why was I not notified? It's been something else on at that time or something.
It was the adult version, right, Val?
I think you were on Cab 7 sing-along on Tuesday is what happened.
No, but how long ago was it? Seriously, I'd love to go back and see that.
Oh my gosh, what was it, Paul? A couple months ago?
I think we erased it, didn't we?
No, I erased nothing.
Oh,
Even the videos where I go, what? I don't erase them.
I will watch that.
Old guy in
Yeah.
Jones' house.
I think
what's
Andrew,
up there?
if you go back and look, I think it's BS with Paul.
No, it was Mr. Crockpot goes to Dallas.
When are you interviewing the Crockpot? That's the next question I have.
I know, that's my next one.
That's going to be a good one. That will be stories and a half.
Mr. P is alive and well.
I love it.
Hey, Andrew, maybe you can help me with this. I got a YouTube question.
Okay.
So when you get super chats,
Mhm.
how do they give you? How do you get the money? Do they send you a check? Does it automatically?
No,
go in
you have to be
your account?
you have to be connected with your PayPal with your your PayPal account, and it goes into there. It goes directly in your bank account. You can link it to your account, your bank.
How do you do that? Is that in settings, or is that in Creator Studio as well? Or
Yeah, you got to do it, but you got to set it up externally first. It's through PayPal. If you have all that together, then you link your account to it. So, and then the money goes over.
So mine goes straight to my bank account. It doesn't go to PayPal.
Okay.
So when you're linking up your AdSense and all that, they're going to ask for tax information because you're here in the States.
Right.
You're going to have to go through that and then
That's probably
link
why
your
I
account,
never did
whichever
that.
account you want.
Val, I'm going to have to call
PayPal.
you.
Yeah, we can do it. We did Rogers.
Okay, yeah, because
I
never
linked
did
it
the
right to my bank.
Cool.
I linked Roger right to my bank because I told him
Yeah.
it should come through me first.
Absolutely.
That's called
And then-
that's called the inside of the Canadian Drone Hub money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
There's the interview, by the way. I found it. Skipping the Drone
Oh,
Fantastic with Paul Murray.
Uh,
There you go. So definitely there it's up. So now I know where it is.
Look how
Yeah,
professional he
Yeah, I know it
is.
was. It was. There's a lot of exposés, I bet, in that one. I'm definitely going to go back and watch that, though.
well, thank God that there was a while back because
Be
Andrew
right back.
Andrew would be putting in his infamous ship videos and my getting hosed off by the trainers.
Yes, sir. You asked for it, Paulie.
Yeah, it's not like
Yes,
you're
Lord.
not exactly innocent bystander in all this.
Yeah, but Andrew,
Yes.
I am so angelic. You know, it's like it's just
Oh,
I don't. I
You're
just
still something. That I'm not disagreeing with. That I think everybody can get on board. You are something. Angelic, but there's a lot of other things.
Andrew, I thought we were friends.
Oh, we are. I love that about you. You're wrong. It's an asset, not a hindrance. Paul, were you with us the other day when we were writing the memoirs for the pressure cooker?
Yes, you talked about it,
Yeah,
but
I meant to say Michael. Sorry, did you see?
Yeah. I was watching.
Yeah.
Oh, you were having a great time
We
there.
had some, didn't you know that pressure cooker had such a life? Isn't that impressive?
I had no idea. No idea. Yeah, that was the day I was telling Paul, you guys were so hot that day. I wanted to come in, just getting ready to type in, "Hey Roger, can I come in?"
Oh.
And then I went, you know what? I got nothing to add here, man. They are on such a roll. I'm staying the hell out. You know, and I just sat back, kicked my feet up, and I enjoyed the next 2 hours of that.
The ludicrousy. That's
Yeah.
and he drove up thanks to Paul and Andrew.
Yeah. Oh, good morning,
Well,
Rick.
Mr. P has now been out at the side of the road signing autographs.
That's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. It's nice to see good people good machines get the attention they deserve. So
Yeah.
you and I are like those two old guys from the Muppets up on the balcony. That's what
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, did you see that? Did you see that?
yeah. It's because you all suck. That kind of-
hey, good morning, Rick Holliber. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Hello, Mitch.
First time this morning. Oh, how'd it go, Mitch? You just
Andrew, you're not on tonight, are you?
Xenia is actually
Yeah.
on tonight, and it's going to be a very good show. If anybody can catch it, she's going to set the time. I should know soon. It's the oh my god, I forget the name. She did it last year. It's it's officially tomorrow, but it's a celebration of people suffering in silence. It's to draw attention and awareness to it.
Okay.
It's kind of a special talking about fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and all other illnesses people are suffering with in silence. And she might have some guest on from Australia as well in that. And
Is that for tonight?
yeah, it should be this evening. So it's sometime.
What time?
I'm going to go and ask her in a minute because she was waiting to set the time. She was looking to see when was a good time to go on. And so I'm going to
Paul,
go.
does your
Yeah.
not Paul, Andrew, does your wife have a nickname or a shorter name that we can call her? Because I always want to talk to her by her name, but I can't spell it. Or in Zania, I get all confused on what to write. I want to call her by a name. What can we write that's easy, that she understands?
Fred?
Fred? All right. I can remember that. As long as she knows.
It's just kiss and yeah.
Oh, it's KISS. Kiss.
I'm phonetically doing it, not the way
Okay.
it's spelled.
Oh,
But
okay.
to say it would be kiss and yeah. Kiss and yeah.
Gotcha.
Just
Like kissing yeah.
Kissing. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. And
Mhm.
guess what? That's how I'll spell it now.
That's what I do for people. I'll type in the chat if they want to know. I'll always write KISS-N-YA. That's kind of the phonetic.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
And yeah, Mike Roach is right. Like it's weird. This is why I don't want to complicate people, but it is like Xena Princess Warrior, even though it's spelled with a K. It's
Yeah.
like Xenia. Yeah.
That is great. That
Yeah.
is freaking great.
That's kind of the cheat sheet. Like my parents have all called her Sinia the whole time because they never did it right from the beginning. So Sinia stuck, and that's what they got in their head. And
Because there's nothing wrong by calling a person by the wrong name. I mean, it's embarrassing for the person doing it,
Oh,
and it's
geez.
uncomfortable for the person getting called the wrong name.
she goes to the doctor, and they're like, they come out with, to call the next person. Yeah, that's me. And she just goes in, never correct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't look. Yeah, it's me. Don't worry.
Well, she must be used to it with her
Mhm.
name, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
well, if you ever sign her up to do some James Bond movies or something like that, she could be known as K.
Yeah.
I like that. She always said that when she gets older, she'd like to open one of those kind of groovy style coffee shops and be called Aunt Sin. That's what she always sees herself, kind of like all the younger girls coming in to have coffee and weird tea and that. She's more liberal than I am. Oh my God. Somebody asked how to spell her name. And now when I think of it, I mess up her own name trying to spell it right because I'm so used to doing it phonetically.
You know, Rick Halber put out a couple videos. If nobody's seen them, I think they were called "Flying with Mel" or something, part 1 and part 2. But I was so happy to see them because Rick is such an awesome support to everyone in the community. But he usually doesn't put a lot of his own stuff out, so it was really nice to see him release a couple videos, and it was nice to see him get the response. So you know what, for a guy that gives so much to the community, give him back something by going and watching the freaking thing. That's the minimum that he deserves. Trust me when I tell you, because that's all we have here. That's all we can really do to give somebody a handshake in this place, you know, to give them a little bit of love that way. And he don't care about the numbers. I'm sure he can care less about, you know, views and all that. But it's just so nice to watch it and say, hey, nice freaking job, you know. And I know I'm speaking for myself here and how things make me feel. So I could be off base, but I don't think so.
I've had the pleasure, the luxury to sit around and kind of from an outsider's view get to see so many different groups here.
Yep.
And I don't know if I ever told you guys, there's an expression everywhere I've traveled says that everybody says the same thing. Oh, we have an expression here. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it will change.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, everybody uses that expression like they think nobody else has heard it. And that's the same as the problems that go on with every group. And as a rule of thumb, anybody arrogant, pompous ass who can't show some humility doesn't last very long on here.
Correct. That's
You
absolutely.
better humble yourself very quickly if you want to get ahead on this place. Realize how small you are. Think of YouTube like the mountains when you stand by the Rockies or something. YouTube as a whole is a lot bigger than you and I ever will be, even if
And
they're
it's
close
a
to us.
community, you know. I mean,
Yeah, appreciate
yeah, it's a bunch of guys. I mean, if you're thinking it as your family, then you know why wouldn't you give your family love? And I understand you can't give everybody,
Mhm.
but there's these certain people that really deserve it and earn it, and you have to show that. You just have to, because
Yeah, but don't forget, a lot of families do stab in the back sometimes.
That's right. There's going to be squabbles and and you got to always walk the higher ground and move on. Don't get caught in the muck.
correct.
Put your best foot forward and celebrate the people that are making your day better. And also, hopefully, they will find the people that makes their days better. So everybody's having good days, even if it's not connected.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Everybody needs that on here. I always tell people, if I'm not for you, please go find somewhere else. Don't waste your time hating me or whatever. Find something that does make you happy because life is too short.
That's right.
And I'm not for everybody.
And never feel as though that there's any kind of like a competition or whatever amongst us.
Never. Are you showing your numbers again, Paul?
That's not important, you know.
You said
It's
it very
not
well.
about the numbers, Michael.
You are so true, Paul. That's the same with co-hosts when there's two in the camera and one's better than the other. One's getting more attention than the other. It's not to feel jealous of that co-host and accept the fact they're just a little more maybe prominent than the one that's talking. So you're right. Very good point.
Thank you, Andrew, because he deserves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kept me up till 4 o'clock this morning.
Shut up,
pushing
Michael.
the numbers
Michael,
on me.
who raised somebody up at midnight to go check that information?
Yeah, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it. I was just getting you up and hoping that I can rub it down on you and say, look how much of a more flyer I am. Look how much more I fly than you. And then
Andrew,
you did
I don't know if you saw that. Michael calls me last night at midnight, and he wants to tell me that how many hours.
I got a message saying it's your birthday tomorrow. Woo!
Yeah, yeah.
Who? Paul?
It's Michael. No, Michael's birthday tomorrow.
He decided that me having a Mother's Day wasn't okay. He was going to go ahead and have his birthday on my day. You see how he is?
That's because I'm a mother effer.
Anyway, Andrew, just to finish it off.
That's what my mom said.
Long story short, Michael calls me up and says, "Hey, have you ever checked your stats on your controller for?"
Yeah, this isn't a short story.
So anyway, he gets me up out of my lazy boy chair at midnight.
Okay.
And we go. I go turn it on, and he says, "What rating are you?" And I says, "I don't know how you tell." He tells me how to get to it. What blah blah blah. And I says, "Oh, it says 17." He says, "Well," he says, "You know how Michael is kind of that's pretty good. That's okay, you know." And so then I turn around and look at Andrew's going to go to sleep. And
yeah, good. You go.
Anyway, ended up, long story short, 4 hours later,
right?
I'm at 32,404,767, and Michael is mad.
Michael's mad.
That's right. Because I
Hey,
worked
John Paul.
my little measly 4 million points. puts up a freaking sick number like that. That is so bad. That is so bad. But you know what? There's hope. There is hope that
There's always hope, Michael.
broken. That is not right. There's
He
no
wants,
way.
he
We're
wants,
calling
he,
that.
I
he
have
wants,
level one.
he wants to be on. He wants to be on a conference call with DJI on Monday to verify those numbers because he's protesting them.
That's
I
wanna
would
recount.
verify them.
I would want to recount, wouldn't you?
That
Bob?
way we can hear that story next Saturday
Oh,
and get Andrew a nice fluffy pillow, maybe with feathers.
I've been wanting to buy a nightcap for some of these stores. That's what I've been thinking to buy. I want to have a little blowout on my holder and a nice.
Val, are you trying to make a point here,
I
Val?
have to slump.
No, no. What point could I possibly be making?
And don't feel bad, Paul. I do that when Xenia tells me stories too, half the time. So it's a big production around here. I go for nights of slumber, I call it, when she starts telling me stuff. Is he speechless or did he freeze? He must have froze. I can't see Paul for speechless.
Yep. Now I know the excitement that Val gets when she mutes somebody else.
Ah, there it goes. That's great. She's talking. Let her
Yeah.
have her word.
Yeah.
Here she goes.
This is Paul. I get used to him.
Yeah.
No, I heard this story at the beginning of the show, in the middle of the show, and now
Yes.
towards the afternoon
Well, that's
part.
because
Too now.
Andrew, the Lord Alive is here, and he needs to have the information. That's all. Because
Oh my God.
if I tell the truth, it's
That's
What
right.
the hell? Here
That's
it
right.
is.
Yeah. It's
Good. Mute him. If he didn't get him off.
You
I'm
know,
trying
I'm on my
to-
tablet, so I can't mute anyone. And boy, oh boy, I keep trying to hit that button.
If he puts the hands to the lips, we know it's him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's wait.
It's
There it
him.
is.
It's him, don't worry. It's him in all his glory.
Oh my gosh.
I guess Val got turnabout fair play.
Turnabout is fair play. Listen to that. Oh.
You're in so much trouble, Paul. Trouble.
You know what Val's going to go to next?
Everybody say hi to Sparky 107. He's in
What's
the
up, Sparky 107? Woo!
Sparky.
It's Sparky 107
Hey,
107.
He's an amazing channel, guys. Check out.
Andrew's got a horn ready.
Yeah.
I know. See, guys, if I could mute Paul, ruling, because I know it's rude, but I would do it a lot. But on a tablet, I haven't been able to figure it out.
I'm on a tablet. Let's see how we can mute him. Oh yeah, there's nothing comes up.
See, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's weird.
It
Val.
makes it really bad. I think it's Paul did it. He made it so I can't mute him.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say, guys, if you don't know Sparky 107, he's kind of the Canadian version. Well, Canadian as well, but he's the model train version, basically, of what Roger does here. They got a fantastic community.
Gotcha. Okay.
No,
Great line.
Sparky 107. He's the one who did the what do you call it? He infiltrated Pusa
Yeah.
and sent him
Oh,
a whistle that would blow Pusa's face up.
Yeah.
Ingenious,
And the
Sparky.
years. Yeah.
Ingenious.
I have it hidden from her right now, by the way.
Yeah,
But you need to do it on Saturday so that by Sunday he
you
needs a
won't be
day of
you won't
rest.
be on the show. Yeah, I see what she's up to.
He went all
He
the
needs a
trouble
break.
for a month to find these glasses. There was only 2 pair left in Arizona.
That's amazing.
Sourced them,
They're so cool.
sent to Ontario, and then sent to us. So yeah. there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
It's
rubbed those
beautiful.
glasses all over a spruce tree
Hey,
I had in the backyard.
Andrew, what you do is you put those on when you're playing your guitar and you rock your head back and forth like that, and everybody would think you're doing a parody. You know?
Yeah. Might get me in a bit of trouble this day and age.
Don't teach her,
Yeah.
Philly. Come on, teach me, Philly. Philly, have you figured it out how to mute Paul?
Yeah, you can't do it on tablet, Val. I'm trying, but there's
Oh,
do it.
oh,
Look at
geez.
the phone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was
now
so
look.
funny. Okay, let me tell you how you do it.
Oh no, you figured it out,
Yeah. So
Well,
you
just
see the
happen.
little blocks on the bottom?
right?
If they'll get you
Hit
over,
them.
I'll do it.
Hit them twice.
Oh, woo! Got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got it. What's that middle one do?
Oh, let me see.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
Oh,
look
don't
at
do the
that.
middle one.
Well, I
Don't
might
touch.
Yeah, look at it. Did you see that? Now? Look at the middle choice. Block forever.
Oh,
Forever.
What did you do? Paul,
He's
What the hell
gone.
happened?
you shut Paul out?
Did I kill him?
yes,
Billy.
he's gone.
Billy.
I'm
Yeah.
Paul. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Get him
God.
back, Ron.
Oh my
Get him back.
God.
He's
I think-
playing.
I think he did it exactly because he wouldn't be. I think he did it just to get.
Here he
Oh my God. Billy and I were horrified for you,
Did
Paul.
I do it?
Michael.
Yeah, I got the power. Woo! I feel powerful.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
All I
Val.
saw was Paulie and I thought, holy hell.
Kim, oh
Guys,
shit!
getting a double tap. Man.
You know,
like-
you know, the thing of it is that probably could have been funny, Michael, but I don't think that was very nice of you to do that.
Hey, Miss
And I don't
Cass.
think you
Oh, he's running away.
It was him. It
Yeah,
was him.
It was
It
Sure it
wasn't
was.
me.
It was him.
And then now he appeared as John. That's even cool.
I just couldn't
Hey.
stay on the sidelines anymore. You guys
There
are
you
just
go,
killing me.
Johnny.
Hey, John
Come back to
DiNardo.
somebody else. That's cool. Hey, Paul.
Let's see. Let's
What
see
button
if
is
we can
that?
mess with John.
Okay, let me see if it's the real Paul. Do you have a pressure cooker?
That's amazing, man.
Oh my God, you
Look
guys,
at- look at
too
Paul.
much today. Too much.
I got you, Foley. I got you.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
What's the matter, buddy? You got no voice?
Actually, this is great because Paul can't stop me now. Paul, I've been wanting to tell you, you've been really getting on my. If I catch you one of these days, I'm gonna. And you will never forget it when I get my hands around your.
I love that.
now I know what it feels like to be at a Mexican festival and you are the guest of honor and
Yeah.
you're the piñata.
Hey, don't be mean to piñatas. I belong to the piñata respect group.
Yeah, but Val, there's limits to this whole thing, Val, and you can't just do.
There it is.
Oh, there it is again. Oh
Don't
my
you be
God.
making fun of our piñatas. Everyone knows Kim is the piñata of this group because I'm going to beat the candy out of him with my stick.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
There
Show,
it
I don't know.
goes. I'm surprised he knows how to come right back, Paul. He's not technology inclined so well.
I know, but he's really tech savvy.
Yeah, he's getting good. He's scary.
I
Scary.
beat up your group, Val.
Oh my God.
Russ.
Sparky, you're
Sparky, well, so I'm not sure if I want to talk to the chat now. Much fun. Booty.
Paul. Paul.
Oh my God.
Come on, Paul. We won't make fun of your pressure cooker anymore.
It's pressure cooker.
John, it's really great to see you, but I'm getting a bit off my game here without that phone number behind you. This is freaking me
Yeah,
out.
right. I don't have the phone number.
Paul got the pressure cooker. You got the phone number. I know the purple though.
Yeah.
And
Paul
actually,
would like to know if he can come back in.
this is actually black, not purple.
Oh,
Yeah, Paul.
No, is it, John?
It is. It's actually black.
Nuh-uh.
It's weird.
Why is it showing up purple?
I don't know. It's actually black.
you got a hue setting off on your settings. That's going to be for trying to do. Probably try to put it to like a not green screen, but alpha filter. It's just a setting, and
That
you
is
click it.
so cool, man.
Yeah, I'll have to.
So what color is your cat?
Cat's orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much.
I didn't even know she was shitting there.
That's amazing, dude. That I can wear like different clothing without ever changing. I'm
My
kinda
boots are
like it.
black.
Yeah, he's got to set the filter. That's weird. That's very strange.
And this is black, black, black. I can't believe it.
Mhm.
Let's see if this thing shows up black.
Well, I will.
That
say
shows up
this
black.
much. Okay,
I
John,
don't. Yeah,
just embrace the fact that you like purple and pink.
Yeah.
I
Don't
do
lie.
like pink.
Just
So.
embrace it.
I do like pink, though. I like that. I was so admitting.
I like pink.
It's a
On
good
women,
color,
I
huh?
like pink.
Only real men can wear pink and like it. So don't be
Only
embarrassed
real
about
men.
that.
That's
I
right.
love freaking pink. But
Johnny,
it's got to
what
be like
was that?
fluorescent.
Russell?
Hey, Russell.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh.
I wasn't gonna jump in the chat because there was so. I mean, in this live screen it says there's so many. But when you guys were busting Paul and everything else, oh my lord, I had to jump in.
He deserves it.
Paul's being what do you call that? Angelic.
Angelic.
There you go.
Paul gets less and
He's
less
not
angelic every day.
Yeah.
Every day, every
Less.
minute.
That is so weird. My phone's black, but my shirt is purple. That is
Why
just weird.
that? Why did
I
they
don't
make
know.
all black purple?
Yeah,
Paul,
that's weird.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Hey Jerry, how you doing? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So what color are you wearing, Roger?
Black and gray.
Yeah, his is perfect, black and gray. And my other cat just came up here. I can't believe it. Probably because I have the
Where's your
door.
other cat? Oh, hey kitty,
Yeah.
kitty, 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 kitty.
I have the screen doors open. Look at how nice it is outside.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Everything's charging.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Everything's on the charger for today. It is breezy though. It doesn't look it right now, but we're getting like 15-mile-an-hour gusts. But I'm gonna try and fly this afternoon.
So John, I'm just going to tell you that is a very attractive color on you. You should try to match it.
I tell my woman all the time I'm a damn fine looking man, but
It's hard to get the point across to them.
it is.
They just don't listen.
No.
You sell the hoodies like that in that color too. You know that. Eh?
Good one, Raj.
Yeah. They
Oh
sell-
my God.
I just can't believe it's showing up purple. It is black as black can be.
That is cool though. That only the shirt comes up.
Only the shirt. I mean,
That's-
my hair should be purple.
It is a little bit purple. It actually is a little purple.
It is.
It's a
It
little
looks
bit
like you dyed it.
That could be all
So-
the dye in it.
Hey, John, what kind of
So
camera?
John, I've noticed FPV flyers sometimes dye their hair like Brian Kearney. He has
Oh yeah,
pink
I
hair.
should put
So
stripes.
is that
in it.
what you're doing?
Yeah, to match the props on it. My FPV is a little smacked up right now. I had a little oopsie with it. I haven't even downloaded the video. After my 5th flight, I decided to flip a little switch there, and I thought I had enough time in the simulator. But yeah, I'm gonna put together a video. Hopefully, maybe this weekend, because Casey has to work tonight at the hospital, so I'll have plenty of free time to edit the video. But I have it. I'm sure it's all on video because I was recording. I flipped that switch, and ooh my lord!
Yay!
What kind of cam you have, John?
What kind of what?
Camera on your.
On my, this is my laptop, so it's it's built in.
Oh,
I would go to the drivers, and I think you got a setting that if there's a default onto it, hit default, and that'll probably bring everything back. Because along the way you were, it was a hue setting. That's what's most likely going on.
Oh yeah, in the camera itself.
Yeah.
Not on the live stream or.
No.
On your camera.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Must have it in your toolbox somewhere.
Yeah, I got a shortcut to it. Close other apps. It looks like another app is using it. Let me just go to the settings, camera.
So guys, let me show you something to the whole community here. If you want to fly at night, you're going to need these guys. These are the Firehouse lights. Everybody's always asking me about them, but these are called the Firehouse LEDs, and they're the ARC 2. And what makes them Arc 2 is this right here. Let me show it to you.
As opposed to the Arc 1, guys.
Or the correct. And what's different about it is you look at them here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's on the Arc 2s, there's 4 LEDs, which makes it really bright as opposed to the regular Arc, which just have these 2. So the board is a little wider, but as you can see to my hand, they're not huge, but and this one, they do come in colors. This one is red. And then you have, so I have 3 or 4 of them. This one is white. And the other one, and this is to show orientation, and that one's green. And so you could put the green on the front, the red in the back, the white on the top or bottom, and it shows the orientation of the drone.
The Arc 1 has 2, the Arc 2 has 4, the
Correct.
Arc 3, how many would that
No
have?
Arc 3. No Arc 3s. The Arc 2s are the strongest LEDs they sell in the market. They're FAA regulated. You can see them 4 or 5 miles away.
Oh, nice.
They're just absolutely amazing. And I actually use them during the day as well, just so that you can keep your eye on the drone. Just wanted to throw that out there because I get so many questions on them. So if anybody's seen that, there you go. And you can get them on Amazon. Just put in Amazon Firehouse LEDs and they'll pop up. Just make sure you get the Arc 2s. Thank you.
So do you just press and stick, or do you have to actually solder them on?
Good point. Thank you, Valerie. So on the back, what I did is I just put a little bit of Velcro on the back of mine, and then on the drone, here you go. On the drone, I put a little piece in the back. So I'll put one of them in the back, and I put one on top, and I put one on the bottom. And so that shows me as the drone's flying, I can tell if the drone's coming to me, if it's going away. It's really cool, and it makes your flying so much easier day and night. So
Rick Halbert said he just got 4 of them.
Yes, yeah, they're. Did you buy the Arc 2s, Rick? They're a little pricey too, guys. The Arc 2s are like $36 a piece. So you know, it's over $100 if you get 3 of them. But they're worth it. They're so worth it because not only do they make you legal to fly at night, but it saves you from, I don't know about you, but my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So you throw one of these or 2 of these on, and you can see your drone day or night, and really well. So and the battery,
music playing in the background, guys.
Yeah. You got to really watch that.
Yeah.
Make sure it wasn't me. I had a TV going on, but it's down real low, but I put it on mute.
Okay. That's better. Nobody's here. I can't hear it now.
That might have been me.
Just plugs right into a regular USB, and it'll charge when the light goes solid. It's full.
Oh, nice.
So it's a really cool, just totally, self thing. Yeah, Val, they would be awesome.
Hey, Chris. I like this because the other day when you were on, you said, I'm going to have to get lower or something because the air was full of drones.
Yes.
I couldn't see any.
Yeah.
I could not see not one of them.
Because the camera. But from my eyes, literally what I saw, and it's these lights were literally flashing LEDs everywhere, all over the freaking sky. You could see which way they were flying. But it is so cool, guys, to see people following the rules, and just the city is really lit up with drones, and it's a cool thing to see. And because at night you can't see who's in the air, you can barely see your own drone. So when you put this, it's like a roaming candle, literally like flying a roaming candle. It's an amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. You're still purple, John.
Yeah, that's another black That's another black shirt.
Oh.
It just seems to be material.
Paul is really quiet, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
That's
well, I'm sitting here amazed at Michael has such great eyesight, but we all know his secret, and it is Flintstone vitamins. He eats them by the bottle.
Yeah.
I heard that the other day. That was an expose in itself. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
speaking of
is.
that, guys, I don't want to take over the chat, but there is something just came up, some more research. This is a rare painting I just found in my book. I'm doing the memoirs of the pressure cooker.
Oh boy.
This one is called "Lay My Hands Upon Thee." That's right. There's Pope John Paul II.
Oh, jeez.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Andrew.
Lay my hands upon me, huh?
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to share that one with you as we're coming across stuff here. So it comes a little sporadically, I know, but I just couldn't contain my excitement. What a,
That deserves to be
Well,
in the
you
book.
what a
know,
life.
Andrew, research continues. No matter, it doesn't stop for anybody.
That's right. You know, for the greater good, I always say. So
Hey,
There you go, Raj. Ready? Look, do it. Ready? Squirrel.
Andrew, did you find out what time your wife's going to be going on tonight?
I'm going to go find out actually right now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna,
Joining about Northwest, just asked if you can come on the panel.
Yeah, I can drop off if you want.
I'm about
No,
to
don't,
drop
John.
off,
I'm going to
Roger.
drop off because I got to get back to work because I'm here with Mary. So let me go ahead and drop, and you guys have a beautiful day.
Oh,
Okay.
you too, Val. I'm dropping
Yep.
it.
Bye.
Nice.
Nice.
Bye, bye.
Michael,
Val. Wow.
Michael,
Wow.
maybe that number you should play that 38,642,000.
You better cut it out, man. Hey, listen, I'm going to get a cheap little plug in. Tonight, I am doing my episode 4 of Saturday Life Live, and Paul was wrong. We are going to Boathouse Row, but it's not near to New Jersey. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite side of the city. In Philadelphia, Boathouse Row is up around Society Hill. It's around the Art Museum, and what beauty there is there. It's right at there at the city, so you should hopefully, if there's no rain, should see some beautiful drone shots. So
What time?
we're
What
going to go on at 8 p.m. until 9. So it's just 1 hour, probably fly a couple batteries and do some talking. But hopefully you should see some real beautiful footage.
Hey, Michael, if that's boat row, what do you
Boathouse
call
Row.
it? What do you call it where the boats are?
Yeah.
Where you fly over there?
Yeah, that's where they dock the New Jersey battleship, and what you can do down there. That's the Delaware River, it's called, and it's just where they dock it, and that's it. You know, it's not really much. It's down by the 2 bridges.
Because I think I saw in your videos where you take off. There's some boats that are
yeah. Oh, that's
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, that's and you know it's funny, Paul, because that is further uptown where that's at. That's right around the Ben Franklin Bridge. But if you keep going up maybe a half a mile and then cut into the city and go through the city to the other water, which is the Schuylkill River, you'll come to Boathouse Row. So basically where I fly is in between both rivers.
Russell, I'll send you the link.
guys, I found out it's at 9:00 tonight. She's going to be on. I'll put the link. It's okay, Roger. I put it in the description and
Okay.
in the chat.
Okay.
So if you want to set your reminder, there it is. So
Good, right? And Michael will be sure and tell everybody after his 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. If you can do that, would be awesome. Yeah.
What, tell me again. So her show goes on when? 9?
At 9 p.m. to East.
Okay. Oh,
I just-
awesome. So I'll try to send everybody from my show over to her.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean,
that
it's for a
would-
really good cause. I mean, she's not raising money for it, but raising awareness. So,
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome. Okay. I
and it's
will.
for anybody who is suffering with, like for her, it's of course chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. But I mean, they'll be discussing everything. So
Now, does she suffer from that? I guess
Yeah.
she does, right? Yes. I didn't know that about her.
we
Okay.
thought she had multiple sclerosis 3 years ago. She went to the testing because the two of them together create a lot of the same symptoms of the early onset of it. So, I mean, thankfully it wasn't that, but yeah, then she was finally diagnosed with it. So myalgia
Fibromyalgia. Okay.
and chronic fatigue syndrome, they kind of work together like a perfect storm, unfortunately. You know,
It's pretty much the way I felt at 600 pounds. Pretty
I'd say so. Yeah, it's basically arthritis, but in the muscles instead of the bones. That's what it is.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. That would be my pleasure, Andrew, to give her as much as I can.
I appreciate that.
Hey guys, with that, I am out of here. Roger, thank you so much for the opportunity here. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, John. See you, Paul.
See ya.
Roger and Michael. I see you.
Okay.
And
See you.
Michael, don't forget the number for the day now, my friend.
Yeah, it's 30. It's 3 million, right, Paul?
38 million.
Oh, 38 million. Well,
Unreal.
that's still to be continued. You need to double check that one. See you later, guys.
Have a
See
great
ya.
day.
Love you.
I wanted to show everybody my little drone that I broke. So this is it. And I broke the canopy off of it. There's some of the pieces. And the camera gets supported by the canopy. So the canopy's $5.99. So I ordered 3 of them. They're coming in the mail. But I fired up the drone and everything works. Camera works. All the settings are still good. I'll change all the props and we'll get it up in the air again. Boy, but these things are super fast.
Are the props damaged, or are you just going to change them
I'm just going to change them anyways. They gave me like 10 sets when I bought this for free, so I'm going to change them anyways. And I had cracked one of the little guards on it too, so
Okay.
it all works still. I just haven't.
Rebuild was showing how to fix those guards last night. Just
I know it. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
sticking it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I sent you the link. And just a reminder, guys, I will be on at 7:00 tonight.
You will be on?
I'll be on at 7:00 tonight.
Ah,
I'll be getting off probably around 9:00 also. So we'll ship everybody over to.
Sorry about that. I wouldn't even mention Xenia's thing. I didn't know you were on tonight. Sorry about that.
Well, I didn't know I was on yet too tonight until I just.
so take that, Michael.
There we go. Now we got Russell in the house.
Russell.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Oh,
Russ.
hold on.
Oh, no cam. No cam. That's your OBS fooling around with you again there, Russell.
You got to select the camera, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know I had OBS on, to be honest. Hold on.
Or it's set for OBS, and you got to.
Mhm.
There you go.
There you go.
There. I just had to switch cams really quick and come back.
How are you, Russ?
I am doing well. So, is your wife, is the glitter all off everything? And that sounds really bad. It probably needs to.
Yeah, we got it all off. Let's say.
Oh, there's a story.
For a while. So,
Yeah.
Mars FPV drone said it wasn't the best spot for the camera on my little whoop there, and I know it's true because what really happened, what broke that, was the battery slides forward if you have a front impact, and it pushed the camera and broke it off, and that's what broke the canopy.
Can you find a way to put a little guard in between the battery and the camera?
That's what I'm gonna do with some of the other plastic pieces, or I'll put something. But there is a spot.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, there's a spot where I can make it so that battery won't slam forward if you hit something. But I don't plan on hitting something again. I hope. I'm going to spend a lot of time in that simulator on acro mode. As any other mode that I used, I had no problem flying it. But as soon as I flipped that switch, oh my Lord. That is definitely a fast little whoop. I couldn't believe it. And I had plenty of space in the backyard. I was flying it in the neighbor's side, and it went up over me, around the house. I made it around the chimney. When I came around the chimney sideways, it clipped the vent tube that sticks out of the roof. And that got it spinning in a circle and bink right on the table behind me. So
I miss the days when I used to come in here and not understand drones, and I could walk in the conversation like I had the camera pointing on my little whoop and think, what did I just miss here?
You're a little what?
Speaking of, so did you and your son fly yet, Andrew?
No, that's what I was saying. My eyes are kind of still pretty messed up, so I don't think I have
Oh.
the best vision for that right now. I don't think I
Did you see his show where they got the Spark, and he also got a package from another one of his great contributors. It was a train whistle made out of wood. Andrew found out that he's allergic to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Being on the
right.
street, and it wasn't dried enough. So yeah, I have a couple.
Oh, your eyes swelled up. That's what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he looks a little Chinese today.
Oh,
And
that's
what,
so.
and what didn't help was his wife helping. She came over and put some kind of something on it to
A mixture
try.
of lemon juice and battery acid, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, it burned and his head turned all red and his eyes swelled up. And
Wow.
It's good to have family.
Yeah.
Everybody check out everybody's channels and don't forget to hit that like button, please. Thank you. So, Russell, what are you doing tonight?
Well, it was my sister's birthday on Thursday, and so we're kind of doing like a birthday thing with her and kind of a Mother's Day thing for my mom.
Okay.
Barbecue at my parents' house and stuff. We're having ribs. They're in the smoker right now already.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody loves ribs. That's one thing that can bring the world together in peace.
Hmm.
well, you got to remember, God took a rib out of Adam to give to Eve. So it's a life has always been a rib thing for us guys.
Yeah, we're always looking for that last rib.
Yeah.
Well, after you come down here with your family to fly, we're gonna have ribs on the barbecue. So.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm bringing the meat and everything. Don't worry, we're gonna eat well. I promise you. Yeah, that I can guarantee you. So no worries there.
So everybody's gonna pig out on ribs, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And well, maybe corn on the cob. Oh, it's gonna be too early for that.
That's right.
Yeah. The next time we're done, we'll have corn on the cob.
Yeah, so I thinking of that, I might have ribs for supper tonight.
I was
Ooh,
thinking the same thing. The same thing was just right. Day time to make a trip over and get some.
I gotta take out my freezer.
Russell mentioned that, and all of a sudden, every guy on the channel says, "Honey, we're having ribs tonight."
And not just pork ribs. I mean, beef ribs has to be some of the best part on the beef when they're cooked.
Oh yeah.
My father, on a turkey, when you cook it, you always put it on the grill to keep the juices going through.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, he came up with this idea: go to the butcher and buy a rack of beef ribs that fit the roaster. Put the beef in, season them, and put the turkey on top, and cook them the whole time that way. And man, you want to throw the turkey out the window and just eat the ribs when they're done because they just cook it with all that juice for hours running right, so they're drenched. They just fall right off the bone.
Yeah. Okay, Paul Doc, have a good one. Thank you very much for coming in, my friend. Be safe today. And we'll see you later.
See you later. I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, but I have all the doors and windows open, so.
Oh, Roger and I are pretty offended right now, but we'll get if we don't talk to you, you just know why. That's why it's awful, disgraceful, folks.
Yeah, you guys were just bashing everybody so much. I had to jump in the stream. I just couldn't believe what you were doing. And what did Philly? What did he do? He permanently banned Paul there for a minute.
Paul banned himself and made Philly think that he did do it, which terrible.
Oh, poor Mike.
Yeah, I know. You can see it in his face. Oh, oh my God, I banned him. Oh my God, I banned him.
Because didn't he accidentally muted somebody one day or something like that, and he was worried like they were gonna never come back into Roger's channel. And
he's the sweetest person that ever walked the earth. My God, he's a good person.
Oh yeah. He'd be a fun guy to hang out with for the night too. One night,
if I could keep up with him, I don't know if I could. I wish I could tap into his energy. Oh my God, he's got that in spare. It's amazing to see him love life, and you get it with his story. You get it. It's like coming out of a prison for him, and he's not wasting a second of it while he's awake. I think that's so amazing. Oh,
JDS is in the house.
You're welcome. I don't know what for what, but you're welcome.
The sun's coming out. Hey, what do you know? You got it in Montreal?
I'm getting it, and it's got this eerie gray. The storm clouds are behind it. You can tell.
Same here.
Yeah, it's bright, but it's not going to last.
That's what it looks like out here. It's beautiful.
You
I
can-
have.
Oh, go ahead.
I also have my rototiller. I have an electric rototiller. I got to rototill the garden today while it's nice out. So I have to do that, but I have everything charging.
But if the sky's really dark and it's just the hue like your shirt,
It's weird because it's only cloth that's black. I mean, that's purple. So this is a black shirt. My bag over here it's a cloth, and that's purple. You can just see the black on some of the edges that aren't.
yeah.
So it's just cloth that's purple for some reason.
I think you got to set
almost purple.
I think you got a dominant hue. You was set up if you were going to do the type of green screen like to knock out the alpha channel. I think that's what's going on. It's just a setting you hit by accident, or your camera's going.
And the reason why it's the shirt that's showing up as purple and the rest of your stuff isn't is because the depth between all the other colors they use to make those dyes is right in the same layer, whereas your shirt, you've got multiple layers with the actual fibers and stuff, so it's kind of showing a few of them more dominant than others.
Andrew, Mr. P. Cooker wanted to say hello.
Uncle Ben!
He was out back and he was barbecuing some ribs.
Oh my!
He wanted to come in and say hello because he was getting ready for the big
Hold on,
barbecue.
I'll go get Junior.
Yeah.
The fan behind me, Kim, is green and gray.
Oh my God.
Well, it's great
Okay.
to see Mr. P.
And Mr. P is always watching.
Wow, he's back already.
Hey there, Uncle! Yeah! Let's cook stuff!
It's a homecoming, folks. It's like Oprah.
Hello. Oh, how you doing in there? That's right. It's Mr. P here. Okay, Mr. P.
Here, now Roger can't yell at me because it's got an RC remote inside of it. So
There you go. There you go. Hey, Russell, you could do a build one day on how to get your teapot flying.
Yes.
there we go.
Fly to yourself, like a whole dramatic thing. What live streams do to people? I love it.
Yes, I know, right?
One night, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I ran into our bedroom, and Xenia has this great big hat she got from her mother, one of those real old women going to watch the race derby types. And I grab it and I throw it on my head, and I think, not only is it bad, because I was with Cab 7, of course, on a live stream. Not is it bad enough I'm going to throw this on my head and go out in front of people, but Xenia doesn't even bat an eye when I do it. I think we've been into YouTube too long at that moment. It hit me. It didn't raise the proper questions that should have came out. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. There's something about big hats, Andrew. I don't know what it is, but
Mini Pearl.
But I thought it was really cool that Michael's Sharon, rented that hot air balloon for them to go on his birthday, and rented the whole thing out at private flight. And Michael's gonna live stream, and that's next Saturday, I think.
That is phenomenal.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I have to put that in my phone so I can watch that.
Yeah.
I love hot air balloons.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I grew up in one, but I love them.
I would imagine we're going to get some. For the love of God, look at that dynamic range.
See you later, Daddy of 13.
Have a great one, my friend.
Yeah, we're about ready to get off here anyway, guys. So
No.
yeah. Seeing them going on again tonight there.
Yeah, he's going back on again tonight. But John, you could always start up at when we go off. You could start your own live stream.
I know it. I got to get some work done though. The batteries will be charged. Got to get
that work.
Or Russell, you can go live. Or Andrew, like Andrew, do you think you have the equipment where you could do it?
You might find something in those buttons and switches and everything behind.
Yeah.
So I'm not as good as Andrew is, but I do have a picture from last night's show. Right, if you guys look at my screen there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, poor Sammy, man. She was laughing so hard. I was worried that she was going to stop breathing at a point.
Yeah, when you said she's a real unicorn, she cries glitter. Oh my god, that was the funniest. So good. It was fun. It was a good night.
It was.
And it's going to be more like that every Friday now. That's like I say, we're going to be doing more calling creators therapy and just everybody letting loose a little more. So
Yeah, that's it.
Well, one thing, Andrew, you must give you a respite to come over here because we're so dull over here on Canadian.
Yeah, we never have fun. Ever.
You guys don't have any fun. I think my cheeks are hurting.
Yeah, it's like the nose to the grindstone over here. You know, there's
yeah, it's right.
John had to wear purple, get purple hue on his glasses and his hair just to liven things up.
A for effort. A for effort.
Hey, it might be fun at nighttime if you wear your black underwear and go in and show your wife. You know. Start doing a little. Hey, baby.
Little dance. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna walk out of the sun and see if that changes anything, but I don't think so. I got to try to find the camera. No, it doesn't.
No,
I got to try and find the camera settings in this thing, but it won't let me do anything while I'm in the live stream.
You're still Mr. Purple.
Yeah. Although you've got like a two-tone paint job, though. It kind of goes pink in the brighter light. So it's like those two-tone cars. Now you just need like some hydraulics, you know, get that bass. Or boom, boom.
It's like those shirts from the 90s, the hyper color shirts that would change color when your body got hot.
Yeah.
When I was a drummer, I wore it one night and I broke it that night. I guess it got too hot and it went color and never come back again.
I remember the end of the 90s.
Oh, this was the beginning.
He remembers.
Russell's had his third birthday in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think it was my sixth birthday. Was in 1990. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember. So go ahead.
You dadgum whippersnapper. Snappers. It's like, what the hell's going on?
How old are you, Russ?
35.
Oh, you're 30. Oh, you and Xenia are the same age. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So when I was like 7, my parents, we had just moved down to Arizona and they were military. So they put us in temporary housing while they were getting our permanent house that we were going to live in ready. And in Arizona, there's tons of just like flash floods. And so they had those big flash flood ditches. And so my brother and I were playing one day and we didn't know. We were from Alaska. It's like, hey, if it rains, it soaks into the ground or it's probably snow. So we were playing in one of those ditches. We were like, oh, this is so cool. And we were into the Ninja Turtles. And so we were like, looking around for the Ninja Turtles. These one teenagers told us, hey, I just saw Michelangelo go into that one area over there right underneath that road. And then this lady comes up and starts screaming at my brother and I, oh, you guys are going to die if you stay in there. Do you want to die, young children? And we're just like, we're crawling out of this place, crying, bawling our eyes out. And then this lady gets us up to the top and then she like chases, and we're talking literally, grabs these teenagers by the ears and drags them all the way. She knew where they lived, evidently. Oh, it wasn't the first time they had caused problems, but drug them by the ears to their parents. I just remember looking for Leonardo and Donatello, Michelangelo in a storm drain. And then some lady telling me that I was going to die, and we're like crawling up out of this thing. And it did actually flash flood that night. Oh my God.
So
I guess you're right to series off in a way.
Yeah.
It's stuck. You're 35 and still remember it. So it's about
that's one of the few things I remember. I also remember all the tarantulas and stuff and the fire ants.
Now, you
Those
see,
were
that shows our age because because when you were doing that, I was tricking a guy from the Czech Republic in college, and I took him to a transvestite bar, telling him it was a safe place to sit until the other bar got safe. He was looking to make friends, so we decided to help him out. We took him to a strip club down here called Cleopatra's. There's a transvestite bar on top, and we said that's the lounge, so you better go sit up there. We'll make sure the other part's safe. We don't want you getting hurt. So we're down drinking 2 beer, lava. We go up, and then we don't want to go in. None of us are trying to draw straws almost in our heads to go in. And finally, the bouncer's like, "Let me guess, that's your friend over there, right?"
Oh gosh.
Well, shell shocked. He's getting a dance by a gold dress in a 3 o'clock shadow, and yeah.
Awesome.
Who says that Andrew can't have fun?
Yeah, Andrew had too much fun, and so the proof is in the multiple zeros I got from college. So there's document. Andrew had way too much fun.
There's a ship on TV that I wish Paul could film this military ship. It's one of the new stealth ones. They were just showing it, and of course it's a really cool looking ship. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah. I know. I've heard about that thing.
Yeah.
The thing makes like almost no wake.
No wake, and you can't see it on radar.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable. They were just showing it speeding along. The thing goes so fast, but.
And they're talking about putting rail guns on that thing too. I think
they already have them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed all that.
The question was I would have is when they put into port, do the sailors have a hard time after a big night on the town finding their way back to the ship because they can't find it?
Right? Here right into the water. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
By the way, weather update. That sun is gone already. Yeah.
They set it down.
15 minutes though.
It's just getting real windy. That's all.
Oh. Yeah, you're set.
we have like 1 mile an hour wind. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today. It's going to be so nice. All weekend is supposed to be like that here.
Nope.
And there's one for Andrew. They were just showing all the high-speed trains and stuff.
Oh, cool. They're everything for Paul, for me. Everybody's happy on this.
Yeah.
That's something. I love that.
Happy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a funky one. Jesus. Yeah.
What is it? Discovery Channel you're watching?
Dream Railroads on Wednesday, 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi.
Oh, Sci-Fi.
Yep. Extreme Trains. They showed some real interesting ones.
And that's on Sci-Fi. What, do they disappear halfway through or something like that? I always wonder how they managed to work this out, how they tie it in. A guy in like a crime show goes to Florida. Okay, that'll be great for the Travel Channel. Perfect.
Yeah, right.
Hey, one of those guys on that TV channel had a purple shirt too.
and he was smoking a cigar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just hope he wasn't smoking inside, or we don't want to watch it, folks.
I know it.
Yeah.
Something Roger and I have always been pushing. We're big advocates for no smoking inside. So
Yeah. I noticed that. I did notice how you guys get up every time to go up towards the window.
Yes. I'm in practice. That day that I went to visit Roger and Kim, you could have cut it with a chainsaw.
For days like that.
Oh God, it was like an old curling club in the 70s, and like
You guys want to hear something funny? So I am pretty sure at least one of my neighbors is slightly disturbed because my daughter would not let me throw this away right here. And so she like chases down her friends on the street, and they all take turns being the guy chasing each other down the street. I don't know if maybe Ken Heron looks like a guy who's supposed to be a creeper or something or whatever, but they're chasing each other. Oh, I'll have to let him know. He'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta video it though. That's what you got to do. Video.
Oh yeah.
That would be a great short if you could have get more of those and have a lineup with police and some little kid saying it's that guy there.
Yeah. And then he just turns around.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
Hey guys, okay, I'm gonna close this down. Andrew, can you stay on for just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Yep.
no problem.
I'm gonna head out because Mr. P wants some help with his project there. So
Okay.
And I just want to say, guys, about Xenia's thing tonight. If you can make it by 9 p.m. Eastern,
9 o'clock.
get the
yeah.
word out, that'd be awesome. So
Yeah.
9
And
9
Roger-
Eastern.
Roger goes on tonight at 7, and Philly goes on at 7 also, or 8.
8.
And I'll be getting off at 9, or we'll go over to onto Pusha's channels. So
Yep.
Thank you so much, guys. I
All right.
appreciate that.
okay, everybody in the chat, have a good one. Thank you all
Bye-bye.
for coming in.
See you,
And,
Paul. See
See
you,
you.
John.
See you, everybody.
guys.
Take care, everybody. Be well.
I'm gonna go fix my camera.
I think it's just a setting. I think you're
Yeah.
probably
I'm
fine.
gonna see if it's a setting. I haven't changed anything, and it just I don't know. We'll see.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Take
See you
care.
guys.